It's going to take an arm.
like I said, right now, open invitation for next week, the week after, whenever, as long as this is going on. Anybody from SPO or PWU that wants to come on this show and give the speech to rally the troops, give us their battle statement. Yeah, come on and do it, because Hybrid accepts that invitation every time. They are not
let's hear the
afraid.
other side of it. Let's hear the other side of it.
Because at this point, as I've said, I still believe it's more one-sided than anything. And at the moment, the war is being won by Hybrid. And it's because nobody is calling the troops to action. They're all sitting in the back like, all right, we're all tired of getting beat up every week. All right, so that's your war call to come together, is you allowed this to happen since April. It took almost 3 full months for you guys to stand up on their own feet and be like, we're done taking this. This should have happened much sooner. The backseat should have been turning around instead of focusing on tag team championships and focusing on getting that SPO championship off of Billboard Billy Gold. They should have been focused on protecting their house, because they had snakes in the grass and didn't even know it, because they weren't taking the time to tend to it.
Welcome back. BJ here, DG there.
What's going on? And joining us. So now I have to make them full screen just to get this right. The return of Speedo Pete Woo.
It's SPO and Pete WU.
I see SPO.
Speedo.
Oh.
Pete Woo.
I don't even know if that's PG.
You don't want to see me in a Speedo. It's okay.
Nobody wants to see that, sir. But
yeah, I'm working on my summer bod.
But everybody, welcome to another edition of Indy Spotlight, where today, because there was no show event this past Friday, instead, myself and BJ did a mid-year review, which Pete was busy with other obligations, was not able to be a part of. So we're going to step back with a little bit of that first. But the majority of this show today will be recapping everything that has happened with Hybrid. This past Friday, we, like I said, myself and BJ did a mid-year recap of everything. A great episode. It is in 2 parts over on the SPO wrestling page as well, so go check that out. We also had done it live here on our channel as well for the initial debut of it. So, Pete, couple questions to ask you real quick, just to get your opinion on some of the stuff we talked about at the end of the show.
Absolutely.
What would you say is your current match of the year?
Man, match of the year. At
mid-year.
Yeah, that's a very, very tough decision for me, considering like everything we've seen. Because like January to where we're in July now, we've had every week wrestling. I've taken maybe 2 or 3 Fridays off out of the whole grand scheme of everything. But you guys have been there every single event. So like I know it was tough for you guys to pick, but
I missed one.
Really?
But it wasn't SPO or PWU.
Oh, okay.
No. Mine was a pretty easy choice.
All right. What was yours?
I believe it was Billy and Jordan.
Yeah. Okay.
From the beginning
that was a great
of the year.
One. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think my match of the year is GCW, Rick Blade, Joey Janela, just because of how.
Well, we were more focused on your SPO PWU.
Oh, you're talking SPO PWU. I thought you meant like wrestling match of the year.
It does kind of tie into.
It does tie in, but just of what we've seen at the Academy.
What we see in the Academy. All right, then honestly, off the top of my head, first match that comes to mind when I think of PW SPO was that ladder match between Declan Grant and Pat Dynamite.
I had that one up there on my list. Even the hair versus hair match, we talked about that one as well.
Like just for... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I said Billy versus Alex Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that was one of the longest matches we've ever seen between two singles competitors. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen those kinds of matches when it comes to a brawl or like tag teams. Like the other week, the what was that at Sideshow?
The
That
Flag Day
the
tag team
Flag Day tag match.
extravaganza.
That was like a 23-minute match. You know what I mean? But to see Billy and Alex just manhandle and just beat each other down. Yeah, that was great. Absolutely.
I want to say BJ's was Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Which was really good as well. Like we've seen so much good wrestling there. Most improved wrestler since the beginning of the year.
Oh, hands down, Reaper.
Yeah.
We are all in agreement.
That was a good
Yeah,
one
that
too.
was a really good one, also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, I would say on an emotional standpoint, Pat Dynamite winning the PWU championship. Right.
Well, him losing the Skywalker, then winning the PW like that right there. That storyline was
but
emotional damage.
But just that moment, especially for a lot of us who were first introduced to him through SPL. So we've seen this entire journey.
I get chills still thinking of the video clip that I have of him just right there and JP tapping to that cross face.
I have a feeling I know the answer. Tag team of the year of mid-year.
Oh, you already know. You already know. My boys, Controlled Chaos. Listen, their evolution over this year. I wanted them tag champs back in February, but
I think we talked about that when we were reviewing their first shot at the titles. We actually did bring that up. What else did we?
Did you guys freeze or is that me? Okay, Ginger froze. Sorry, I've been having all kinds of internet connection problems in my internet peeps, so I was afraid.
I was just asking. Did we cover anything else besides those three?
Well, since you didn't see the show, I will ask you for some trivia question. I'll ask you some trivia questions that I came up with.
Ooh.
Actually, just
one I know.
One comes to mind without having to look it up because I wrote a couple down.
Okay.
Who are the top three this year? Who had what three wrestlers?
Who's been in the most matches since January 1st?
What three wrestlers have had the most matches since the beginning of the year?
Well, I got to say Sammy, man. I feel like he's been wrestling every week, every time. Top three wrestlers who we've seen. Billy only missed like 3 or 4 shows.
Billy and Sam I got in the same order, but I said Billy because I thought he was number 1.
And then who? I mean,
number 2 was hard for me to get there.
Let me see. I'm just going to say who it's not because I remember it, and it's going to help me process elimination. It's not Boom Harden because we didn't see him for like the month of February.
He was gone for a while. It's definitely not Tarzan.
Yeah, it's not Tarzan because he's been gone for a bit. It's not Mikey G. He just got in. It's not Face. Man, it's not Angel Orsini, although she has had a lot of matches this year.
She's also just had a lot of general appearances.
Yeah, exactly. Oof. I feel like I should know this. It's got to be somebody. If Sammy's wrestling as often as he is, it's got to be somebody who's always booked on the same card because he's number 2 to him. Wow, I can't believe my brain's just.
I'm trying to remember who it was now.
Alex Rivera.
Number 2.
Rivera?
Yeah. So
number 4, I believe, was Pat Dynamite.
Number 4 is Pat Dynamite. So Sammy with 29, Rivera with 24 matches, Billy with 23, and Pat with 21, I think.
Wow.
Mikey G's way down there. He's maybe 10 or 11.
He's been consistent, but he's just getting started.
He started late in the year, or he didn't. He hasn't been wrestling for the whole year.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Those are like the top 3 dudes in the promotion, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like in Spo, you know, Billy, Sam, and Alex. Like absolutely. PWU is a different question.
Especially for young talent.
Yeah, because Pat Dynamite's definitely in my top 3 for PWU.
I mean, Pat Dynamite by default's kind of my number one right now. He's the world champion. You can't. If the world champion is anything less than number one.
Like when it comes to PWU, I'm always going to have that Rick Blade as number one. Like that's just permanent, and then it's just going to jump between Pat Dynamite and Kid Legend for that 2 and 3. Like that's just where I'm at. You know, those are my top 6. I am absolutely.
I was almost about to reach for it myself.
All right, what was the other trivia question that you had, or was that the only one?
Did I delete that file? I might still have it.
It's all right. That was cool to know. I know that those are the top 3 most active wrestlers in SPO right now.
Oh, and I think I remember the number off the top of my head. Oh no, because that was just SPO.
Okay.
And then I was going to say how many people have wrestled for SPO this year.
Oh gosh.
But then I looked at the list and there's like tag teams in there and each individual member. So, I was like, okay, that's not accurate.
Tim, I'm trying to think like a trivia question off the top of my head, and they're just all ones we should all obviously know the answer to. But I mean, who was the first ever SPO/hybrid women's champion?
Wasn't that what's her face? Tasha Steelz?
Wrong. BJ.
So are you talking like the belt's history as
Yes.
the SPO? Okay,
Yes.
Christina Marie.
No. It was always kind of announced like that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just going.
As the hybrid belt. Yeah, Christina Marie.
Yes, correct. Do you remember who she beat to win the belt?
Was it Rebecca Scott?
Yes. I mean, and one more just for the fun of it. Do you remember the finish of the match?
Was that the cage match? No.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the cage. Before we had officially met. This is where I took the picture with the cage behind me, and you saw as a suggested friend, like, oh, wait, I know that guy.
Dewey.
No, Jim Molyneux.
No!
That
was he had a chain.
Okay, I remember.
And it goes into the ring, and then she used it, but the referee tried disqualifying it, but she still won the belt.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Dewey. It was Molyneux. I totally forgot about Molyneux because she fired him right in front of us. Like at a later event. Yeah. Yep, that's not really what we were trying to talk about today.
Yeah, but it's a fun little thing.
I mean, we kind of, it played off of your guys' show Friday since I wasn't able to make it, so I enjoyed it. I thought that was fun little session.
Well, I have one more thing for all of us before we move on. Anybody who will win their first championship at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy between SPO, PWU, and I will include hybrid in this at the moment.
So you're asking like who we think is going to be the next champion of whatever belt?
Yeah, like who wins a championship before the end of the year?
Oh, well, I think somehow, I definitely think Mikey G is going to wind up with the SPO title. Somehow. I don't know how, but by the end of the year, it's not staying on Grayson. And even if Billy gets it back, like, I would love to say that Billy could be the forever champ, but we've seen him been taken down. But I see a lot of potential in Mikey G, and I think he could topple some giants.
Something's telling me future tag team champions by the end of the year, Sam Reaper and Mother Endless. SPO tag team champions.
I was going to say, which belts would you like to see on them?
Yeah, not the Plu.
Not the Plu.
So, For me, I see Sam Reaper as SPO champion.
That would
Okay.
be, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
for tag team champions, High Fashion.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, they've definitely been throwing down a lot in their matches, and they've got it. They absolutely have that spark.
Yeah, and right now, like just looking at like the Graces also hold the PWU tag team championships, and they're going to hold unless they have to go back against the rep. There's not a lot of teams that are going to beat them. And let's be perfectly honest, when their last run as the SPO tag team champions ended, it ended because of the injury to Tommy Grayson. Nobody beat them for those titles.
Yeah, but honestly, dude, I want to see a match between them and CXR. Like that, they were just such a phenomenal tag team, and their combo moves reminded me a lot of the backseats.
Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
I want to see that match. I need to see that match. So, if you're listening from SPO, PWU, book that match.
And just looking at somebody else who I think is going to capture PWU gold before the end of the year is Alex Rivera.
Okay, seeing him jump into a different promotion with gold. Got you.
I can see him definitely capturing gold within PW. Or hell, who knows? Maybe even that hybrid championship. I think just not to pit a team against each other, but a match between the Feral Face and Alex Rivera.
Damn. That would be a match right there, man.
Like I'm just thinking, like fantasy booking in my head, but
Yeah.
sometimes I get into the conversation and all of a sudden it's just like blinking light goes off. ADHD makes me look at it. I'm like, ooh.
That would end in a no contest because every face in the back would run out and ruin it.
How can it end in a no well, unless they just throw the match away. Because I'm about to say if it's a hybrid championship match or hybrid rules.
Well, we haven't seen a no contest from hybrid. There's always been a winner.
Haven't.
So, like, that gives me hope.
And I'd like to pick something for the women's division, but it's kind of hard right now given the state of it. But Mercedes Martinez, the PWU women's champion. Mia Friday, who will be appearing July 31st, defending said championship, which we announced this past week on the review show.
Amity LeVay.
But yeah, so there's a lot of great stuff that could happen. And I could see somebody like Mikey G as well getting a hold of a championship. I'd also like to see Spo introduce a mid-card championship.
That's the only reason why I went with the SPO championship, because there is no mid-card championship.
Yeah. I mean, there's a mid. I mean, maybe the World Traveling Skywalker Championship as well. I definitely do see that changing hands sometime in the future.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of great competition. And somebody like
I can't wait to see
Smith,
the next phase of Declan and Twitch, man. Like, that stuff, that still hasn't dropped. And, he's got the Silver Skywalker, so.
Yeah. There's just so much great stuff still to come.
Yeah.
Sammy absolutely salivating at the thought of a mid-card championship.
Because
Sammy, you can get a better belt, man. You can get the top tier now.
Because he's trying to achieve mediocrity instead of going for the actual goal.
It's a stepping stone.
Take on Tommy Grayson. Take that belt away from him.
I mean, dude, as we saw with the opening, that we replayed the clip from last week, do they need to be going at each other at the moment? Or do they need to band together and finally step up the hybrid?
Not last week, but I'm going to keep saying last week because, it feels like it was last week. But the last week, the last time we were there, we saw a bonding together of the organization. Even though you didn't have the major hitters out there, you had a lot of the major hitters out there. You know what I mean? Like, Billy was out there, Amadeus, Sam Reaper, Mother Endless, Pat, Freaking Don Freeze was out there repping Flex. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of amazing talent from within the building that stood in that ring, fought back against Hybrid, and kind of showed them, like, hey, listen, we aren't going to take this, standing up. So,
Yeah,
they fought. We
and
saw
think
some
about,
fight.
like I
We
said,
saw some fight.
3 months of this.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
that's the other side
finally.
of it. It's
But
like, yeah,
it took 3 months to get there, and you have to go back to the week before where they wiped out everybody.
which, I mean, I don't want to, jump the evening because I know we're going to talk about it later, but I didn't see anything advertised this week hybrid for Friday. You know what I mean? In terms of matches, like, I haven't seen anything like hybrid related. Oh, when did that drop?
Yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see that. That wasn't on the.
All I
website.
saw was today was the 4 with Angel.
Right.
With,
I saw that they tagged us in it last night because I shared them in our story for the show page.
I was busy last night.
Look, what you do in your spare time is on you.
I was here.
Reaper saying it got removed.
I was going to say it got taken down, man, because I didn't see that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only 4 things on the card right now, and it's with another promotion, NWA, or no, that's just the one guy.
Reno.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely saw 5 last night.
Okay. Well, card subject to change.
Yep. Card is always subject to change.
Thank you, Reaper, for that inside information. All right. So, in the words of Cody Rhodes,
Ooh.
what do you guys want to talk about?
What do you guys
Hope everything's
wanna talk
cool,
about?
Tara. That's pretty scary. Hybrid.
We're already talking about it. We're now
Well, we got distracted.
all in on hybrid here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, all this stems from starting with booking Vegas, Midnight Express. As we have slowly found out over the weeks and months of all this happening. And it's as we've called it, as was the name of the show a week and a half ago now at this point, Hostile Takeover.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I mean, like, the irony of it is that was the biggest fight back that we saw. So it wasn't like it didn't get taken over. SPO fought back and really, I mean, those kendo sticks to Jay George hurt my soul. Because, like, I've taken 2 kendo stick shots from Sam Reaper. Well, one from Sam Reaper, the other Alex Rivera. And Sam didn't hold back on that last one over the head.
No. So, again, I'm not taking nothing away from them finally standing their ground, but just the idea that these guys have been in the locker room. I can tell you from personal experience, there's 2 monitors that are on each side of a wall that guys could have been around and seeing everything happen. They could peek through the curtain seeing everything happen. It took the roster getting wiped out for them to finally say, oh, hey, we're not taking this no more. But yet these guys have been coming in here and look at the team. Like KTB was SPOPWU. He jumped ship. Alex
we
Rivera.
haven't seen him, though.
Yeah, he's more mercenary, I would say.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, just naming the names at this point, that we've seen that are.
Yeah, but you can't really call him
But
hybrid.
But he's leaning that's where he's leaning at. I see where you guys are coming from. I'm just saying that's the way the needle's leaning at the moment because that's going by what we know and who we've seen. We saw him take out JP after. I mean,
maybe he just has beef with JP and Tommy. That could just be a backseat thing, not necessarily the.
I mean, it takes a lot of trust to do what they did and allow him to be the one to leave. So it has to be more than just a hot dog and a handshake. Like I said, I'm not 100% on it, but for me, the needle's leaning that way at the moment, just by what I've seen happen. But no, he has not reappeared with them since then.
Yeah.
Usually appearances from KTB are far and few in recent memory. But Connor Claxton,
Dude.
yeah, killer. And,
He is. Claxton's a beast, man. We've seen him time and time again.
Alex Rivera.
Yeah, he's the Latin shooter for a reason.
And now Declan Grant, the PWU Skywalker champion.
Grimy bastard.
You know, and that's still not. And let's look at the first person. Not necessarily saying jumping ship, but who they kind of is the front man of everything, the Feral Face.
Yeah.
As hybrid world champion.
Yeah, Face definitely kickstarted this revolution.
Now, I say Jay George kickstarted it, but
Was Jay George the first one? Or I thought Face was the first to join.
Well, Face won the belt.
yeah, Face was
Okay.
their champion. So if we're going to put
The
anything
inaugural.
that they're, yeah, if the eggs are in anybody's basket, they're in the Feral Faces.
Yeah.
And the next person
I don't
up in
think he
that
has
line,
any baskets.
and the next person that would be in that line would be Jay George.
Yeah.
And we've seen,
Yeah.
as you talked about, that he was the one that suffered those kendo stick shots.
I know, man. It's rough. I actually have a pack of bamboo skewers over here in case he decides to show up. Just, I want to show him just like, hey, man, remember Vegas? And I use these to eat chicken, popcorn
Sure.
chicken.
So, like we look at this and we still don't know what's going on with Robbie. We know after what Johnny said a week and a half ago
Yeah.
at the last show.
Which didn't make sense to me, but
But, Johnny was also, I would say, the first person before I even challenge everybody to step up and send us in something, which, let me make this clear. As we always do, I invite SPO and PWU to come on this show. I said anytime, but, specifically right after I say that, and my words were heard. Pete, you edited the video yourself. You posted it to the show page, and we saw that Pat Dynamite saw it. Billy Gold saw it and had a comment with it, but hey, how about taking 5 minutes and coming on and saying something?
damn, you just called out Billboard Billy Gold?
Well,
It's-
anyone really.
but it's in the entire roster, the back seats. It's their house.
Tell us
Yeah.
why we shouldn't be hybrid fans.
And that's the idea. Why still? Well, I'm not coming out with them with their entrances, If you're going to talk about who
They've been very good to me.
who went deeper down the rabbit hole, it is BJ. But hey, we're being recognized for our skill and what we do, so I'll allow it.
Next time that you're walking in when they're coming in, you just need to have them Metashades on, commit, and just walk right to the ring.
Yeah, seriously.
Walk in
Fucking
with them.
commit, man. Fucking
Commit.
commit.
And then post that video. I want to see
Yeah.
from that perspective.
No. But then you go to your seat. Like once you get to ringside and they're getting in the ring, you just go to your seat where you're supposed to be.
I would have to have that front row corner seat. Tara, if you're coming, save me that front row corner seat.
Popcorn chicken kebab. See, Sammy gets it.
But I expected more. Now, I will also say this. I do have a promo to be played that was sent in to us. And I also do have somebody that, as long as I get the message at some point, has the link and will be popping on. So somebody heard it out there. It's just not who I expected. So, hey, regardless of which way either three of us are leaning, it's no disrespect to anybody else, but who's been the ones that have been coming on here week after week or at the shows telling you what they're going to do? They're not hiding it. They're straight up front, and they give their reasons why, and they're all legitimate gripes. They're all legitimate
Without a doubt.
reasons.
But as was stated before, they're guests.
Yeah. But where's the other side that all this is known, it's being said? You know, people come up to us and tell us they're seeing it. You know, and I'll say another name, somebody I have the utmost respect for, Kid Legend. He's been around for some of this.
Yeah.
You know, somebody else that I've spoken to,
I
Rick
mean, we all can't forget the freaking Face Kid Legend rivalry, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's only a couple months old.
You know, I've spoken to Rick Blade about this. He's not too happy about the whole PWU thing or the whole hybrid thing happening, you know.
Wait, you talked to Rick Blade?
Yes.
That's cool. I didn't know you talked to Rick Blade like that. Like, that's cool. I'm not talking to Rick Blade cool enough, but like, that's pretty cool.
You're not in the biz.
I'm not. You're right. Why?
Why not?
Fair.
Regretting adding that now.
But no. Just conversations I've had with people that are, and these are veterans. These are people that if they stepped up,
You're just saying you've had
said
conversations.
something,
What did they say? What did Kid Legend say?
that they're not too happy about how this is. With all right, come on and give the war cry. Let somebody like Rick Blade come out and rally the troops. Whether you get along with everybody or not, the troops are going to rally behind a Rick Blade. Just like Johnny this past week, that got us to here, rallying the back seats. You know, like, hey, we might not see eye to eye on things recently, but we agree on this.
Yeah.
You know, like this has to be dealt with.
Yeah.
So when it's coming down to that, and whatever Johnny's doing, that he's had to leave that to now come back to handle this, that's a bit of like, hey, backseats, why haven't you handled this already? In my opinion, GQ.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised to see Johnny the other week.
Yeah, GQ, Tara.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always great to see Johnny. Always great.
Oh, without a doubt. And that promo he delivered on Jay George was incredible. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, go over to SPO YouTube, rewatch it, because, man, he buries Jay George.
And then suspend him on top of it from in-ring competition until he either agrees to face Robbie or Robbie responds.
Which, where has Robbie been, man? Like, Robbie's been MIA. I'm freaking, wondering, granted, you know, we all have a hate-hate relationship with Robbie Illuminati. But, you know, it's like the old saying goes, you know, he may be an asshole, but he's our asshole. And he has been MIA for what? Almost a month, maybe 2 months?
It wasn't 2 months.
It wasn't 2?
And
it was Hard Knocks.
No, Hard Knocks or the show right after Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I know for a fact he was there at Hard Knocks, but I don't know if he was there the following Friday. I can't remember.
In all honesty, it's just something to where, again, if this is what it's taking for the rally cry to get people together to see that this threat that's in front of them, and it's obvious to everybody. Again, they're not hiding it. Is this your house, or are you just paying rent? Or are you squatting in this house? If this is your house. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for real, where are they? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, took too long.
They know if they can't make the time to be on, send us a video. We'll play.
Yeah. This has got to anger you. Make a little video.
And it kind of disappoints me because I see all these names over there, and these guys are supposed to be the locker room leaders, and They're not
Guys
leading
like Sam
anything.
Reaper are stepping up and becoming the leader.
But
The
like, think
locker
about it,
room.
though. Maybe
In
this is
charge of
all part of the plan. Maybe this is all part of the plan.
Let
Maybe
me.
JP and Tommy aren't getting involved because they're building the academy to be soldiers, and they figure, hey, we're going to put these guys out there. We're going to test them. We're going to see if they can take on hybrid pro wrestling, because you know what? Hybrid is a bunch of monsters and beasts and killers. But let's see what the Pro Wrestling Star Academy has behind them. Because if we take a look, never in 1,000 years, 2 months ago, would I think Sam Reaper could take on the feral face in a hybrid rules match. But like, lo and behold, Sammy stepped up. He defended. He fought for, the title and the just the respect. And definitely, I think this whole situation is propelling some of these, looked over talents into front-faced, focal. We're seeing what you're doing. This is incredible. You know what I mean? So it could very well be all part of the battle. Not once, twice, yeah.
I mean, I see your point, but it just feels like other things we've seen. As I also said in that opening video that you clipped, they were, and I've said it today, they were more focused on championships, winning them in their house than they were defending their house, while everybody had, you already let them in the front door. They were already doing whatever they wanted.
Very true.
So what's going on? So you're seeing this happen. It's happening. Everybody's talking about it in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, hybrid's not even allowed in the locker room. They have to come in from outside for their matches.
Yeah, with BJ following them.
Escorting them.
Escorting. What are your rates?
Like I said, hybrid's been very good to me.
Now, let's not get
I knew it.
Let's not get this wrong. Hybrid's always been respectful to me. They've been nothing but cordial with me.
Oh,
There's
same.
nothing but respect.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect for all sides here. Nothing but respect. But who would I be just to be sitting there and ignoring the fact that we've been seeing this for 3 months now? And like we've talked about, look what it's taken to get to that point where somebody like Sam Reaper and Mother Endless and Amadeus were at the front line of this.
I get it, man. But like, yeah, you just said it. 3 months they've been at it. And we've been following SPO and PW for a lot longer. And my reigns are tiered to Billboard Billy Gold, Sam Reaper, Rick Blade, Kid Legend, Pat Dynamite, Controlled Chaos, Devlin Ridley, and now Pete's Posse, that's just, I'm not going to turn, sorry, my phone went off. I'm not, that's, I named a couple names already there, but
No. And you make,
but even still, I'm tethered to them way more than I am to Hybrid. I respect Hybrid. I love the guys at Hybrid. Mike Hamilton Sr., Mike Hamilton Jr. are always the nicest dudes. They come up, they always say hi. There's some people at SPO, they just kind of walk past you sometimes, and it's okay, it is what it is. But they always approach, say hi. So I've got nothing but love for them. However, like I said, tethered more towards the SPO and Pete WU.
And that's fine. I'm just saying, like I said, you're seeing this happen, and you're just
building soldiers. It's building warriors, man. We're seeing people step up their game.
So what they're doing is they're setting up their chessboard. They're getting their pawns set up to get eliminated while they're still sitting back, nice and cozy, while all your low-level guys are just going to get murdered by Connor Claxton, Alex Rivera, Declan Grant, and Face.
It's building character. That's all wrestling is, man.
You know what? I can't even be mad. That builds character.
Building character. Getting your ass beat by Connor Claxton is an honor. It should make you a better wrestler. And I feel like that's
Uh,
probably the strategy that's going on. It's the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. Anything's
DJ,
possible.
what are you trading? I want to
I
trade
don't.
for something.
I got baseball cards. I got action figures. I'm
Look, what do you
assuming
want for
Tara
that
means
can of
Stray
Perrier?
Tour.
What do you want for that can of Perrier?
No, 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 no.
No,
That's not
I'll give you.
negotiable right
I'll
now.
give
That's
you
with
the
my Star
combination.
Wars collection.
Look,
That's
look,
not
look,
negotiable.
look. I'll give you the combination to the air shield.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. That's fancy. And it's salt free?
Yeah, yep, salt free.
I'm saving it for when I need it.
Is
Canned
that
and Druidia.
is that
This
Forgotten
wasn't.
Boardwalk?
No, that's
Yes.
from the movie Space. Oh,
No, it's Forgotten Boardwalk logo on the
Oh.
side of the can. Why?
They had a Spaceballs themed party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had the movie on all the screens all day, and like they had all the it was Spaceballs themed, and so
Okay.
they were giving away the cans of Perrier.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's great.
rest in peace, Forgotten Boardwalk.
but yeah, man, it's just how much more do you sit there and watch? Now we've seen Billy Gold, Pat Dynamite step up.
Yeah.
You know, now all of a sudden it's getting the attention. Johnny stepping up. But maybe Robbie, if he ever returns and we find out.
Listen, I would be astounded. I would be so freaking surprised if Robbie pops up and the audience starts cheering him. I mean, it would have to be like some monumental moment in order to make that happen because, like, we
If
all.
that happens, he's going to deliver a nut shot in turn. Robbie can't deal with people cheering him.
Yeah, no. That's why. Yeah,
We are
that's why
victims of that.
I don't see like. That's why I was confused by Johnny because we don't know where Robbie's at with everything. But why is he making Jay George wrestle him when we don't know where Robbie's at in this system of questions?
Just as a revenge thing, for screwing him over and losing him the titles. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because apparently something happened in Vegas, and when we asked Jay George last week, he was like, "We're not talking about it." So
I feel like I don't know when you watch it back. Like Robbie was it Robbie? No, Jay George was just kind of like isolated a lot of that time while Robbie was. You know what I mean? So maybe
Especially in the opening. Like Jay George gets
Yeah.
busted open minutes in.
Mhm.
yeah. So I'm definitely curious to see where Robbie's at, and also like where he's been. Like he's been MIA for a bit, but I want to know like where's Blackout, man.
I mean, and this is the whole thing with Robbie at the moment. We can both come up with a legit reason that you would think is 95% right for him to go either way.
I mean, I could honestly
you
see
said,
him going hybrid. Like that makes the most sense, right?
My thing is,
So can I, but I can also see him being loyal to Johnny in the back seats.
I don't. Why would Hybrid want him right now?
Why wouldn't they?
Dude, he's I think the thing that Hybrid is missing. I mean, granted, they have Jay George, who's a dominator on the mic, but they don't have someone who's passionate and like really just is a magician on that microphone like Robbie Illuminati is. You know what I mean? So I feel like if they acquired him, they would get that extra powerful voice that would not just resonate in Mount Holly, but would start making waves all throughout New Jersey to New York to Connecticut, Pennsylvania, etc., Florida. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that you see a Hybrid with a Blackout team up, like man, that'd be freaking insane.
Well, we saw it in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And that was just like a little taste.
Yeah, now it's against Vandal 48.
Yeah.
And we know how good of a team Jay George and Robbie actually are.
Oh, absolutely. They were cohesive when they were, tag champs. They had double tag champs, 2-time double champs. But yeah, I missed that comment. What?
Tara's going back to work.
Okay, bye, Tara. Oh, damn. Okay, well, Hybrid kind of just responded to my. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Wow. All right. Well, hey, listen, all I got to say is if Robbie comes out repping the Academy, it might be the first time I actually cheer him.
I mean, also, Robbie could be in something where he's kind of a higher gun at this point. He might not want to take either side of it.
Kind of like a KTB where, we don't know where he's at.
But we will definitely see. And I mean, just so much else has happened. Real quick, I'll play the promo from the end of the dodgeball show from Jay George. So we'll get that going here. Yeah.
Who left me hanging?
Whoops.
There we go.
Hey, listen, I got something to say that maybe might get me in a little bit of trouble, but I'm used to that. I came here, it's pro wrestling, PWU. What you just saw tonight was completely indicative of what pro wrestling Unplugged is all about. And it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of malarkey because they stick me in this situation. First, I come here, you stick me with a clown like Boom Harden. Then I get stuck here wrestling clowns like a match. See, that's not what I came to Pro Wrestling Unplugged for. I came to Pro Wrestling Unplugged for an opportunity to show everybody why I am the best at what I do. And instead, I get stuck with a bunch of clowns. And honestly, to be honest with you, I'm quite sick of it. As far as I'm concerned, I know I'm one half of the PWU Tag Team Champions. But as far as I'm concerned, PWU, SPO Wrestling, the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, and let me say it one more time in case it wasn't clear, PWU, Pro Wrestling Unplugged, and everybody that represents that brand can kiss my ass as far as I'm concerned. I'm standing here with two actual wrestling promoters. Let me tell you something. When I came down to Las Vegas or flew out west, whichever direction. These were the guys that took care of me. I had to sit around and wait, hopefully maybe to get my envelope from Pro Wrestling Unplugged. These guys right here, Hybrid Wrestling, they had my back every step of the way. And I'm starting to think that Pro Wrestling Unplugged, they don't have Jay George's back. So as far as I'm concerned, and I'll say it one more time, PWU, you don't have my back, I don't have your back. PWU, Pro Wrestling Unplugged, whether it's JP Grayson, Tommy Grayson, Pat Dynamite, Johnny Cashmere, who's not even here, you could all kiss my ass.
You know what? We're going to go back with Jay George. You know what? I had enough as well.
See you guys. Thank you all very much.
Dude, Mike Hamilton Jr. is just the nicest guy. He's just peace, guys.
Oh, man. Freaking great.
After that heated promo by Jay George that shocked the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. I know I wasn't there that night, so I caught that all live on, the channel, and I'm like, damn.
Declan Grant in the chat.
Well, you know what? You messed up there, Declan. $9,000? Jeez.
And you wouldn't have had to defend your title against 100 people.
I mean,
but yeah, we actually do have a guest coming on.
Declan,
ladies and gentlemen.
decisions
go ahead.
to gamble probably were more responsible for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travel was probably like 2-3K.
Yep, yep. There we go. Yeah.
Yep. Damn them tables. Damn them to hell. Should have put a plastic bag over the dealer's head.
Yes.
Yes. Joining us from his automobile, driving home, the one, the only, from Wrath of the Wicked, Indy's most hated Amadeus.
Yo.
Hell yeah! Amadeus, what's going on?
Not a whole hell of a lot. You're right. Yes, I am actually in my vehicle right now, driving home from a much-needed time off. Gotta tell you, been thinking while I was away with the family about this whole hybrid thing, and I gotta tell you, it's a bunch of bullshit. They think they're coming in running roughshod. Then you got a goddamn clue as to what they're getting themselves into. And Jay George, I got too much to say about him. I got way too much going on with him. And trust me when I tell you, a little kendo stick beating is not the end of it. It's just the very beginning. In the meantime, how are you gentlemen doing on this fine day?
Just fine.
Oh, we rocking and rolling, Amadeus. You know, it's a beautiful Tuesday night in New Jersey, and you clearly are on the road coming from somewhere. Nice reflection time away with all the nonsense going off. It's been amazing seeing you kind of being the voice of the Pro Wrestling Star Academy when it comes to this hybrid invasion. You know, we haven't really seen many other people step up to defend the building, but you know, representing SPO, representing PWU, you've definitely, you know, stepped up and taken that throne of power to combat the enemy. What do you think truly called you to become this new, like the frontier of this movement?
Okay, I've been through a lot in the career. Been in this business, in this sport for 29 years. Just in that alone, my experience it's there. Co-owning the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, being a part of the ownership to SPO and PWU, the backseat stepping up, myself stepping up to help Johnny out. We're all working together on this, and then you got these clowns called Mike Hamilton and the Hamilton family doing what they think is best for business. Brother, you have no clue what's best for business. So I have to step up and defend what is mine. And when I mean mine, I mean ours, meaning the crew, meaning everybody put their hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears into what we've got. So bottom line is, who do you have for you to tell me what I have to, can and cannot do? You walk into my building, act like you're running roughshod, pretending to be a pro wrestling promoter, pretending to be a booker, and again, acting and pretending that you know what you're doing. And you run all over the place. You hit my wife. She slaps the shit out of you afterwards, which rightfully so. I have to step up. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's if you're still got enough bite left in your. I don't know really what the words are. What's that? If there's still enough gas in that tank, and believe me when I tell you, there's plenty of gas in that tank. Plenty.
Yeah, you know, 2 weeks ago, we saw just that brutal beatdown, especially on Jay George with the kendo sticks, with, you know, your spine buster, which we've seen you deliver that move many, many, many times, and that's a freaking ring destroyer right there. What's the game plan? What's the next step for you, for, you know, the Pro Wrestling Star Academy to continue to combat hybrid?
Well, let me ask you this question. You own your own home, or you rent your home, whatever. It's still your home, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If some asshole decides to walk in on that house, on your home, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Throw his ass out.
Exactly. So what do you think it is I'm doing? In the meantime, you got the Hamiltons who, like I say, they run roughshod. They flash some cash. They get some people to back them up. Jay George is a turncoat. Declan Grant's a turncoat. Farrell Face is a turncoat. These Alex Rivera, all these guys are cowards. Every last one of them are cowards. Okay, let's just say all that crap. They're hiding behind as much money as they can hide behind. You know what? Eventually that well will run dry. There's other people out there that have money, they claim to have money, and they're going to go broke too. That's a whole other story in itself. When it comes down to certain things, I feel these jackoffs are hiding, and they come out every so often like cockroaches. They try to invade your dinner. I'm not the type of person that sits there with just chilling when I have my dinner. I'm there with a fork. I'll stab your ass. So, proverbially speaking, you're coming into my building, you're getting in my ring, dude. Not for nothing else. I'm trying not to use about language,
Yeah.
but somebody's gonna get hurt. And if I have to get hurt defending my home, so be it. But I don't plan on being the only one. How can I explain it? How can I say this? I definitely plan on being the one walking out, where others are going to get stretchered.
Now, let me just stop you right there. I mean, you painted a picture of cockroaches invading, someone walking into your home. In your metaphor, this would be someone you called up and said, "Hey, come over, we'll do this." And they did, and then you got mad about it when they did.
And who was that, and when did that happen?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Hybrid are in a joint thing with, they're in partnership, I guess it would be, with SPO and PWU right now. So it's more so an invited guest who, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
SPO and
no.
PWU.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. We've had this problem in the past, PWSA. You invite someone in, you knock on the door, you say, yeah, come on in to my home. You sit down, you crack open a beer, soda, whatever you like. You watch the game, wrestling, whatever it is you're doing. And then that person now doesn't say, hey, where's your bathroom? They go take a shit and leave it there and don't bother flushing the toilet. And then you go, oh, I didn't know. So, okay, you forgive that once, crap happens. All right? Then they come over again and they go, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you. Great. You have yet to see any of this shit happen.
I mean, they fill the parking lot every week.
Yeah, I mean, they fill the parking lot every week. How do you know they're not paying people to come in and check things out? You don't know that. And even if they were doing great for us, that's a wonderful thing. But for you to think that you could just take over the book and take over the company, bruh, that's not the, we never signed a contract stating that you were going to take over everything. That's where I have to defend it, defend the building in that respect. That's where we all have to defend it in that respect. So if I came to your house and you see, yeah, whatever you want in the fridge, I'm not going to go in the fridge, grab the biggest, grab your gallon of milk, drink the whole thing down, and just say, yeah, I'm done, and leave. That's not cool. Would you accept that if I came into your house and did that?
I wouldn't. Absolutely not.
That.
But
I'm out with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ginger, you've been really quiet.
He's repeating everything I've said for the last couple of weeks about Hybrid coming in the door and doing whatever they want. They've been very open about what they're doing. They have not tried to hide it. And it's, as I said, been Amadeus, Mother Endless, and Sam Reaper at the front lines.
Absolutely.
That just backs up everything I've said since we've started talking about this in the last couple of weeks more in depth with everything else that has happened.
So then I guess, where have the backseats been, Amadeus? Like, why haven't they issued anything, any kind of a statement, really? Other than I know Tommy posted something on Instagram that one time, but besides that, we haven't heard anything from them.
Well, last time I seen the Backseat Boys being actually the whole crew, Tommy, JP, and Angel, we're all thrown in the back of a pickup truck, and you get that behemoth of a guy, KTB, throwing some dude across the parking lot, hopping in a truck and taking off. Like, what kind of bullshit's that? So yeah, naturally, you have really, really big guys taking on. I mean, I'm not saying they're weak, but it's David and Goliath. Pick up the small guy, throw him in the back, and take off. I mean, realistically, what are you gonna? What can you expect the backseat to do? There's only so much that Tommy and JP can handle. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
No. But the question is, what is it going to take to to get rid of this infestation, as you've called it?
Well, I have a name for you that with his brains, his intuition, his what's the word I'm looking for? His intuition, his integrity, his way of doing things. I can't think of the word right now, but we need Johnny Cashmere.
We had
We
Johnny.
need Batman.
Yeah, Johnny was there at Hostile Takeover, and as I said, it felt like he was the first real rally cry
Yeah,
to,
but he was at the
to
show,
get the
yes?
troops together. Yes.
Right. Yes. He was the leader for PWU way back when in Philly. He was the I'm gonna start. I'm sorry, guys. If I go too far, just tell me. Back in the day, Johnny Cashmere led PWU. He was the motherfucking man. He led it, and he's doing it again today. In his absence, we picked up where we had to pick up. We did what we needed to do. Meanwhile, you reach out. He realizes, I need to come back home and help the guys out and help out our crew. And what happened? He was there. He's got an army behind him. I have an army behind me. We're together in this. And for Mike Hamilton, who was his first freaking student, to think he just can come in and do what he wants to do, right, you got nothing coming. You want to do. Yeah. Basically, Johnny Cashmere is Batman.
No.
Yeah, but that's a story as old as time, where the student comes back to take over what the master has, and so that kind of feels like what it is.
And it very well could be. It very well could be. Believe me when I tell you, Johnny's got my back. I got his. It's been like that now for quite some time. Johnny goes back. We know what we have to do. It's just a matter of sitting there and trying to figure out exactly what are these that we have to do, and go through the proper channels, proper authority, Don Montoya, and even the Gumar, and find out what we have to do to step up our game and cut this off before it gets worse. Because right now, they're begging for a fight. They're asking for it. We're giving it to them. But you shouldn't be shitting in my bed either. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see, this is what my invite was all about, because I want to hear the other side. I'm glad we have somebody else. If you've been paying attention in our chat, Billboard Billy Gold coming up next.
Oh, nice. You know what? Billy and I haven't exactly seen eye to eye. Billy and I have had our issues in the past.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's still my boy. I may not be the most liked man in this business. I've accepted that for what it is. But
You've embraced it.
he's still just a friend of how's it going to be? The friend of my enemy is I forget how it works.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
There you go. Billy Gold is a phenomenal hard worker. He's enormous, and he could probably wipe out most of the locker room if he really wanted to. Am I wrong?
No, we've seen it on a couple. We've seen it in a couple rumbles,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, we've seen what it takes to stop him.
Again, tell me I'm wrong.
No, this is the type of stuff that for weeks now I've been throwing the invite for people to come on and be able to speak their piece about this, because we've only heard one side consistently every week.
Yeah, because they're trying to put the poison down your throat. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Especially with the only counter being Sam Reaper coming on this show week after week.
Sammy is, I call him my son. He's a wonderful human being. But he also goes for the throat if he has to. Mother Endless will do the exact same thing. She will go for your throat if she has to. And you know what? They've done it. May not be the biggest people, but they're also not the weakest either. I'm going to put this statement out there to Hybrid. Y'all keep trying to play your game. Y'all keep trying to gather more numbers, which I have to applaud that for what it is. When it comes time for war, you get as many soldiers as you can to back you. Got that. But bruh, you messed, you stepped on, you've, I don't even know how to describe what really works. I'm getting kind of tongue-tied at the moment. You really don't know who you played games with. You think you knew who you're messing with. And at the end of it, when you're looking at the lights, you're going to wonder what just happened. Yeah, that's us. That's PW. That's PWSA. That's SPO. You don't know what dragon you're waking up, so just be careful.
Well, you know what? This is the response I've personally been waiting for. You know, hopefully this does rally the troops some. So, Amadeus, we'll let you get back to paying attention to the road.
All right, boys, appreciate that.
Amadeus, it was an honor and a pleasure, man. It was great to see you.
Thank you for coming on.
Always a pleasure, my friends.
Safe travels.
I will see you later this week.
Yeah, you'll see me. I'll be up probably tomorrow night.
Coolio. Travel
all
safe.
All right, brother. Be safe.
All right, y'all. Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Amadeus. And now, to bring on the man who probably comes on this show with more energy than anyone else, who is the loudest intro we have.
You did call him out earlier, by the way.
Oh, yes. Somebody I did. He was a name I also said last week. Because
Billy, he called you out.
He's also one of the guys who I expect to be stepping up to the plate. So, you know, if it takes me lighting a fire under his billboard ass to do it, so be it. Ladies and gentlemen, Billboard, Billy Gold.
Damn.
You're goddamn right. You lit a fire under my ass, Danger Ginger. You want to call me out? Brother, you don't even understand what these clowns have been doing. They run amok when I'm not around. They know if they put Big Billy Gold in there with any of their clowns, Claxton, Face, whoever the fuck they've got running around with them that night, I'm going to fuck them up. But they don't got the balls to put me in there with them. That's why Face, whenever he defends that belt, it's not against the Billboard. It's against guys like Sam Reaper, guys he can pick on, not guys his own size or goddamn bigger.
Damn! Billboard, Billy Gold is in the house!
Let's talk about hybrid. Let's talk about the pro wrestling.
Ginger, you're muted. Ginger, you're muted. No, you're not muted. Ginger's muted.
Ginger's muted. Let's talk about the Pro Wrestling Star Academy.
I was going to say, Face did defend against Connor Claxton and Bam Sullivan.
Yeah, that's his
Matt
boy.
Tremont, those aren't.
That's his boy. He's picking up Matt Tremont. Matt Tremont had a hell of a weekend. Shut up, Mike Hamilton. I'm not talking to you. One by one, we'll bring you down, hybrid. Matt Tremont had a hell of a weekend when he faced his fucking Face. He's picking on these guys that are working harder than him. These guys are beating their asses. They're bleeding every night of the week. Face comes here. He defends that belt. He's a goddamn paper champion. They made that belt for that guy. He didn't beat anybody for that. He won that in Rancho Cucamonga. Who gives a damn where he won it? That guy's not shit. He's not the Billboard. All these guys they got running around, Alex Rivera beat his ass. Connor Claxton, brother, you got beat by Face. Who gives a fuck about that? Yeah. Let's talk about the Pro Wrestling Star Academy for just 1 second. The place that I've been at every single week since it started. I haven't seen any of those bozos here working hard like me, like Pat Dynamite, like Stife, like all these guys who are here busting their ass trying to make this place the place to be at. They're not here. They're nowhere to be found. Those guys come here on Friday nights, put on a show. They put on a good show. I'll give them that. But God damn it, they're not here busting their ass, building this place up. They want to come in here. You know who the first guys here were? It was me, Johnny Cashmere, Kid Legend, and Stife. We were busting our asses in here in the goddamn heat before the AC, before all that. Mike Hamilton and those clowns didn't pop up till we got shit popping.
Factual, man, because you know what? The house rocks, and everybody knows that Billboard Billy Gold is the Pro Wrestling Star Academy when you walk out into that arena, man.
Hey, I remember those days of that building not having air conditioning. It sucked.
Those guys weren't here. They weren't here sweating their asses off, just sitting and talking about the goddamn plans. Skills the Great, shut the fuck up. I'll rip your shoes in half.
Wow.
Damn.
So Billy, here's my question for you. All right. What is your rally cry to rally the troops?
My rally cry, fellas, you see what they're doing to us? They took the backseat boys. I fucking hate the backseat boys, but I'm not going to stand for that shit. I'm not going to stand for them taking two guys who have been busting their ass. JP and Tommy. Tommy had a goddamn broken leg, and he was here every damn day. You're not just going to come in here, take those guys away, and act like shit's sweet. I don't give a fuck what problems me and Pat have with them. We can put that to the side for now. But brothers in the back, we got shit to handle. We got to get together. We need to put all these differences aside. It's not Billboard Billy Gold versus fucking Devlin Ridley. It's not Billboard Billy Gold versus KTB. It's SPO and PWU versus Hybrid.
That's a battle cry if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. Wow. That got the
I
hair
need my
standing
blood
up on my
pressure
arm.
checked.
Yeah, this from Mike Senior in the chat.
Rick Blade in the chat.
Skills the Great.
Baby.
Rick,
Yes, sir.
Rick
Blade.
fucking
Look at
Blade.
that.
Rick
You got
Blade,
Rick
another man
Blade
who is here
fired up.
busting his ass.
Yeah.
That guy's been
Ashton
working.
for
God damn,
shot.
do you know the list of guys who were here since day one? And you know who was on that list at this
Legend
building?
was another
Not
one.
Mike Hamilton, not Skills the Great, and not baby boy Mike Hamilton.
Yeah, Mike Hamilton Sr. has a good point, though. Ginger, if you could pop that up right there.
Does have a good point.
Yeah.
That was a dark time for SPO. I'll give him that. You helped out the company great then. But what are you doing now? What are you doing now for this company? You're just trying to tear it down. Let's talk about Hybrid. You want to talk about Hybrid?
Put him on the big screen.
Hybrid as a company, the last goddamn Hybrid show that I remember was when Jordan Oliver faced fucking Carlito. You know when that was? That was like 2020, dude.
Yeah.
I understand, you're a big backer of SPO and you want to act like Hybrid's this big shit. Dude, fuck Hybrid.
Ooh. That's that fire. That's
gotta
that
say,
fire.
I am loving the energy today. I am loving hearing the other side.
Yeah. Well, you called him out, man. You called out Billy Gold earlier. You were like, "Where's Billy?"
A lot of respect for Hybrid. They made that Las Vegas show happen. They helped us get it there. But you know what? Dude, fuck that. You're here trying to fuck on me. You're trying to fuck on my friends and my family. Fuck that. I will not be disrespected. I will not let the people I love and care about be disrespected. Harris that was a dark time. You helped us out big time, brother. But that was then and this is now. The now is you're trying to fuck on us, and I'm not going to let that happen. None of us are going to let that happen. I know Pat Dynamite's not going to let that happen. I know the Enterprise Stipe's not going to let that happen. I know Devlin Ridley. I know all these guys who are here every Friday, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday training and working hard aren't going to let you come in here and destroy this.
Hell yes.
And this is exactly what SPL and PWU needs at the moment.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, props to Amadeus and Big Billy Gold for stepping up. I mean, if you've watched this show for the last couple of weeks, you've seen it's been very leaning more toward Hybrid. Where's the other side? You know what I mean? Like, and props to you guys for stepping up and speaking your piece.
Who helped Pat
And also,
Dynamite? That's crazy.
And let's just make it clear. When I did mention Billy earlier on the show, I also did acknowledge that he saw the video that started this show today when I asked for this. So, I am glad there are guys accepting the invitation to come on, to speak their minds, because they have every right to, as the other side does.
Billy, you're pacing pretty heavy, my guy. I feel like you got something else to say. Like there's it seems like there's still something else you want to say to Hybrid.
I got a few things to say. Let's let you put me on the big screen. I got a few things to say. Alex Rivera, Connor Claxton, Face, whoever the fuck else it is, give me them! Feed me them! Whoever the fuck you want to put in front of the billboard, feed them to me! I will goddamn eat them, spit them out, and then the next week, I'll take on the next one. I don't give a fuck how many guys you pay, how many guys you keep bringing in. I'll run through them. I'll run through them like I ran through the entire roster for the past 8 months of this goddamn place, running shows and being open. 2-time SPO World Heavyweight Champion. Beat Jordan Oliver in the middle of that ring.
Yes.
My match of
None
the
of
year.
you guys can say that shit. Not a single one of you on Hybrid. Maybe Connor Claxton, but Connor Claxton, hear me and hear me now. I'll put the pause on you too. All those guys in Hybrid, fuck them. Mike Hamilton, fuck them. Mike Hamilton Jr., fuck him. Skills the Great, fuck him the hardest with his doof-ass shoes.
Wow.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've said enough.
I think you
I
said
think
enough, Billy.
Hopefully, these clowns are mad because I want them to be mad. I want them to get mad at me. I want them to come to the building and say, hey, Billy, let's speak outside because I'm with that.
Billy Gold.
Hybrid, Mikey Jr. Pay whoever the fuck you want, but they're not going to be Billboard Billy Gold. I'm going back to my building to work hard. Something you doofs don't know shit about. Fuck you.
Well, wow.
Wow.
Well, even though he's not here, Billboard Billy Gold, thank you for coming on. That was very intense there. That is, I mean, this is what you wanted, right, Pete? This is what I wanted.
Oh my God, yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. All right. All right.
Oh, damn. Yo, tonight's getting crazy. Okay. We've got a rebuttal.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the show to remember.
See, the funny thing is, we have like a bunch of video packages and stuff, and like we had a bunch of stuff planned, and we haven't gotten to any of it.
But one video package we will definitely be playing. That link is sent. So,
Just when I thought we wouldn't have a 4-hour.
oh, hey, as I have said in the past, regardless of what the allegiance you think of where I am, I want everybody to be heard.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
an open platform. I will not say no to anybody. And you know, it's good to hear the other side. It was good hearing Johnny this past week talking about it.
2 weeks
And
ago.
a week and a half ago. We're not quite at 2 weeks yet.
Let's
Almost.
go.
There you go.
know.
Thanks, Beach.
We had Amadeus earlier. Step up and speak up. You know, I have a video promo from 2 other people who are going to speak up that will be played at some point.
You said
Ooh.
2 other people, and it kind of aligned with my thoughts, but then I remembered that you told me who they are, and it's not the same 2 people. I want to hear from the Graysons.
I would love to hear from the Graysons myself.
We're not going to.
No.
We're not.
We'll
not.
see them soon
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
but we're not going to hear from them until then.
And you know, this is what the other side, SPO, PWU, needs. You know,
right?
this
Yeah,
is what
Sammy,
they
step
need.
up.
Because
Well, Sammy has stepped up.
I was going to say, man.
Because as I've said in the past, and Rick Blade, I brought you up earlier as well. Now that I can say it,
Rick fucking Blade.
Rick, I have been fair to both sides with all due respect. Both sides have treated me great. And this is the first time we're truly getting to hear SPO and PWU step up and speak and respond.
Like I said, man, it's been one-sided until tonight.
Up until, like I said, Hybrid's winning the war, but at Hostile Takeover, SPO won a battle. You know, and that's where it starts. Quite simply. But just to see that this energy and this passion is there is what's needed. Otherwise, why is anybody else going to rally behind them to begin with?
I mean, you know, they just want to end up like this.
You know, and if this is everything that's happening, it's about time that we get a Billy Gold speaking up. You know,
That wasn't a speaking up, bro. That was a battle cry. That was a rally call. That was fire from the volcano.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome back to BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. As you just saw in the chat, he wanted in Skills, the Great, the manager.
Wow.
Gentlemen,
how are you doing,
what's going
sir?
on? Salute, man.
What's up, Skills?
They got me up in here again. What's going on? Hold on, let me mute my YouTube.
I know, I'm astounded because you said, we were your first podcast, and now we get to be your second podcast.
Word. You're not necessarily my first. Podcast for the most part. You were the first one that I answered those questions from. That's what it was.
Well, then we're your third, and we're honored.
We're honored regardless.
I'm up in here, a lot of talking. But what's crazy about this, guys, is we just saw Billy Gold. I respect Billy Gold. Like I said in the chat, he's a baby to us. He just got into the game. He did absolutely nothing in here to be talking crazy like that. That's number one. Number two, again, guys, he's literally been in every event we beat the shit out of everybody at. He's acting like all of a sudden we're beating up everybody and he's not there. He's been there every single time. The only time they got the up on us, Feral Face and me wasn't there. But other than that, bro, they did absolutely nothing. Amadeus, I give him his respects. But another one, gonna do nothing. Like, these guys are gonna do nothing. The people that came up here talking is nothing to us. They're little babies, yo. I'll fucking put you on my shoulder and I'll burp you. Like, you can't be serious, bro. I'll kiss you in your fucking forehead. So that's how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying?
Skills, by the way, looking fresh as always, man. Loving the ace here, man.
Thank you. Rocking the Jose Canseco, you know what I'm saying? Coming out here, gotta hit home runs on these guys. And another thing,
how did you feel about Billy's promo, man? He said he was gonna, rip your shoes in half.
Again, Billy, that's a fake persona. Who does that? That's made up, bro. I don't believe that guy. He needs more people. Like, I don't believe the whole Billy Gold gimmick, whatever. What is it? What? Like him screaming? Like, what is it?
He's a beast, man. He's a monster.
I don't respect it. It is what it is. Y'all respect it? I don't respect it. He has done nothing. He beat maybe Jordan Oliver. That's about it. And he talk about paper champion, right? Paper champion. How? When we literally went against Declan Grant and KTB. How is that a paper champ? That's number one. We got invited to go against these guys to go for the hybrid championship, correct? So how are me and Face turncoats when we got the okay from PWU that we can do that? And they were able to have their championship challenged and in that event.
Oh.
So,
well, I think the reason why. Oh, what?
Rick Blade again, guys. This guy, bro, I am not afraid of you in any way, shape, or form, Rick Blade. So that shit that you talking to me, you could take that shit out of there. Because if you really want to get burped, you get your fucking hips broken again, my guy. So stop playing around with me. I'm not the one to play around with. All right, so you could take your comments and get the fuck up out of here.
Ooh.
Wow.
People thinking I'm playing around. Like, nah, man. Give me that same energy when you see me. Y'all see me all the time. Y'all talking crazy because I'm here. Say when you see me. That's how I'm saying. That's how I'm saying it. That's it. Because people talk crazy when I'm. I talk crazy over there. Y'all see me over there. I'm the same person here that I am in the arena. These guys, they turn up a notch when they're here, but in the arena, they did absolutely nada. Like I said, they stepped up that day, the takeover. Johnny had to soup them up. You know what I'm saying? Had to light a fire up under them. And, shout out to them. They did what they did, but we wasn't in the building
Yeah, where were you guys?
handling business. And like I said, we're not at SPO every weekend. We're not Billy. We're not those guys that gotta be at SPO at PWU every weekend because they don't got nothing to do.
No, man, Face got a match coming up tomorrow.
And the
or-
yeah, and the thing is,
Saturday.
yeah, and the thing is that we're important pieces in that company, and we're not gonna be there every weekend. The pay-per-view guys don't be there every weekend. Only the mid-card guys are there every weekend. Let's get that straight. The main event
Right.
guys ain't there every weekend. It can't happen. So that's the reason why we're not there.
So how do you feel about what Amadeus said in terms of you guys, hybrid walking in and
Well-
acting as a cockroach infestation?
Again, well, he's a dirty dude because he invited the cockroaches in per se, right? Because we
Yeah, I
didn't
think
just
that's what
walk in.
BJ asked.
We
him.
didn't just walk in, guys. This was literally invited, and it was a partnership. So all this
Right.
turncoat stuff and loyalty, throw that out the window with me because I literally got the okay to go with to hybrid. And now that we're doing hybrid and I'm in hybrid right now, that's where my loyalty is at. If Spo said, hey, and PWU, it's okay for you to go to hybrid and I win the hybrid, well, that's where I'm at. That's where my loyalty's at. So that's how I'm feeling right now.
Like I was saying, it's like he invited you over to play cards, and then when you beat him, he got mad.
That's exactly what's happening. We went over there to go play the game on 2K, and now he mad. He's saying the controller's broke. Nah, I'll bring my own controller.
Yeah.
Eddie in the
What is
chat.
up,
That's our
Eddie, man?
guru, man.
If you haven't been
Besides
watching
your
Eddie, what
email-
up, Eddie? Salute.
Eddie,
Appreciate
you've
you.
missed a great show. You're just tuning in.
Besides your emails once a month, this is the first I've heard from you in a long time, man. Good to hear from you.
But back to
Hope
the
you're
topic
welcome.
at hand. Skills. We talking about they've been.
I don't know what she's saying. She's not listening correctly. Do some rewind and maybe hear what I said. I didn't say hybrid wasn't there every
Punctuation would help
weekend.
that.
I said the Pharaoh Face and Skills, the great, are not there every weekend.
Yeah.
Not hybrid. Hybrid in the building all the time.
So I think that's what, when Billy was referring to Face as a paper champion, we only see him contest in, SPO or PWU generally once a month. I mean, lately, once
Okay, so
hybrid's
we
really
talking
stepped
about,
in.
pardon self though, we talk about Billy Gold that comes from SPO.
Correct.
He literally did anything else. Like he came from SPO, shout out to him.
Well, he's been in
And
a couple
all love.
different promotions as well. But
All
yes.
love. He comes from SPO. It's all love. But remember, I started SPO. So miss me with the bullshit. I started SPO. All right? You wasn't here. You got here later. Not when it started. I was here. I'm the foundation of this. So anybody could talk all that nonsense they want. Nah, this is my house. You're gonna have to take it from me.
Well, that's interesting because I know when we had Amadeus, we just had him on recently, and he had mentioned that, it was 50% him, 50% the back seats.
Okay.
So where do you fit into that pie?
I'm all of that. I'm all of that. Yeah, I'm all of that. So however you want to take it, I'm all of that. So they could be 50-50. I'll take all of that. And that's it.
What's the game plan moving forward? With hybrid, with the takeover.
Whatever y'all seeing right now, you know what I'm saying? I can't be spilling the beans out there because it's a lot of moving parts going on.
Okay.
It's not just me and the Pharaoh Face. If you notice, it's getting bigger. The Federation is getting
We just
way
saw
bigger.
Declan Grant. We just saw Declan Grant join you guys. The last show.
Think about that though. It's literally the best guy they got over there. Like who else is better than Declan Grant over there? Okay, he's a bad guy, so a lot of people don't want to give him his props. But if he was a good guy and everybody was cheering him, he'd literally be #1 guy over there.
Yeah, but we've seen him taken down by Twitch, by Pat Dynamite.
But
But
taken down and nobody's undefeated. It happens. What happens after though? What happened after?
Who's
Did they
holding
do it again, or did he get up on him?
Silver.
Well,
So
Twitch is currently still stuck in that rivalry, but Pat
yeah.
Dynamite went on to win the PWU championship, so like it wasn't necessarily
No. Shout out to him.
you know what I
I
mean?
wasn't saying nothing by that, but what happened? Pipe Dynamite beat him. He got back and he got the chip from him. Twitch beat him. What happened? He beat Twitch. So it happens. This is
Yeah.
professional wrestling. Nobody's undefeated here. Nobody's claiming to be undefeated over here, but you already know what's going on. Ain't nobody pinning the Pharaoh face 1, 2, 3.
It's been well over a year since the last time we saw the feral face actually.
And who did that?
Pinned.
Who did that?
Rick Blade.
Okay, and what that cost him? 2 hips. All right, who's the next person who beat him? I think it was Johnny. Johnny's the other person who pinned the Pharaoh face, correct? Where's Johnny? Retired.
More accurately, I think
Rick Blade.
4-way with Janela costed Rick Blade his hips.
No, that was before that.
But
he just wasn't saying that. Yeah. He mentioned that it was before the Janela fight.
Yeah, the last two people.
He did actually.
Yeah,
the last
the Pharaoh face.
The last 2 people to pin the Pharaoh face in order was Johnny Cashmere and then Rick Blade at Harris.
Yep. And then Johnny Cashmere got him up out of here. He's retired.
Kid Legend ended
with Rick Blade.
Yeah, Kid Legend couldn't pin him or submit him.
But he tossed him in a casket.
But he never pinned him.
Yeah, and shout out to Kid Legend, though. Kid Legend's dope, though. Kid Legend is a top guy over there. I'm not over here hating, these guys suck. I'm saying what it is, Kid Legend, he's fire, and he gets all my respect. But nobody's pinning the face 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm saying.
And we see what it takes to even get to that point. Johnny had to dig deep into the deathmatch playbook to put him down. That
was literally the Pharaoh face's first death match ever.
Speaking of death matches, wow. Speaking of death matches, Johnny had mentioned that if Jay George won't face Robbie, then he has to face Johnny in a death match. But
I'm thinking he's banking. I'm thinking he's banking on Robbie coming back.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like it.
Because I don't think he had his chance in Vegas. And he didn't take that trip to Vegas.
Well, the doctors.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So, like, what message do you have for Spo and PWU? You wanted to come on to this podcast, but you said you wanted to come on.
Yeah, I'm here saying what I gotta say. There's no message. The message gets handled in the ring, guys. It's not here. I'm about to do this and that. No, we say what we're gonna do, and we do it. Like we go to the ring, we get it done. Like it's like the paper champion. I don't understand. We literally fought the best talent that there is out there around our area. None of those dudes can step with a Matt Tremont or a Doctor Redacting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do y'all think they can?
No.
They can't,
No.
man. So how we defending it against the baddest people on the planet? And the reason we have to do that is because their talent is not good enough for us. Who wants to see Face versus Billy Goat? Okay, as Spo, yes, but they're not coming. It's not going to be standing room only. Nobody wants to see that. He's a student. Nobody wants to see that. He wants to probably see it. We go whoop his ass and choke him out. But shout out to him.
And again, this just supports what I've said, that from the beginning, they've said what they were going to do, and they've done it. They haven't been hiding it. They're calling their shots, and they're taking them, and they're making them.
And the thing is that we're not faking it. We're not like, oh yeah, we're your friends, or we're not trying to stab nobody in the back. No, it was a partnership, and then the line got crossed in the sand, and it was said what we was gonna do. We said, hey, we're gonna do this, and that. Stop it. And it couldn't be stopped, and it still couldn't be stopped. Shout out to Sam Reaper again, another
Reaper's
guy. He stepped up, did his thing. I ain't even mad at
now
that.
He knows he can't do it alone. He needs all the help he can get.
But that always been like that. I guess people just realizing it now.
But now he knows.
Yeah, people know. They're just trying. And the thing is that everybody's calling out Face is because we're literally the hottest topic right now. They literally know that if you fight Face, win or lose, you're gonna get leveled up. We're the level up guys. You
I did
fight us
just
and
say
we're gonna
that
level you up.
earlier. I said, we were talking about, why are the back seats allowing this to happen in their house? And I had made the rebuttal, maybe this is part of the battle plan. Maybe they want to see if their academy is capable of stepping up to a top tier enemy and, really throwing down and becoming equal, if not greater than the enemy. And one person that we've seen
Yeah.
who's evolved throughout this whole thing is Sam Reaper, who, rewind 6-8 months ago, where it was just he was just a brush. Okay, Sam Reaper's on the card. All right, who's main eventing? But now I look forward to, over the past couple of months watching his evolution, just seeing, him be elevated to a top tier card. I when I go to a show, I expect to see Sam Reaper there.
So there's two things that happen when you fight the Pharaoh face. One of them, you get broken, and the other one, he elevates you to a level that you've never been before. And it's either one. It's not, you don't stay the same. There's no such thing. It's a before face and an after face. I don't mean to be cocky, but just go look. Go look at the matches. Go look at, just go see it. It's proof in the pudding.
I mean, I have to agree with Skills on that. And the best example I can use of that is Pat Dynamite at Harris. Pat Dynamite threw everything he had in the clip at the Pharaoh face and couldn't get the job done, even though it was one of the closest title defenses at that point that the Pharaoh face had, and one of the toughest. And
that elevated Pat automatically.
And look what happened at the next SPO show, at the anniversary show. Pat Dynamite goes out there and wins the Silver Skywalker Rumble to win that championship against some top tier talent at that.
Yep. So at the end of the day, again, either he's going to destroy you or he's going to elevate you. And the kids there now, the students and all the guys calling out face, they need that. So they got to get destroyed. They still got to get leveled up. You know what I'm saying? So the students don't have nothing to lose. So of course they're going to be like, yeah, I would love to fight the Pharaoh face. Of course, it's going to be the biggest match of your life. But at what cost? Because we got to embarrass you out there. And shout out to Devin Ridley, though. He did his thing, though.
Oh,
He, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that was
he was
close
fired. And what happened to him? Like I said, elevation. But it wasn't close, though, because what happened is that you might see it was close, but face in no way.
He got multiple 2 counts on
happens.
face.
Okay.
I know, but with face now, generally face is kicking out at 1 when it comes to what you're calling a mid-tier competitor to what face is. Yeah. You know what I mean? But with Devin and Ridley, we saw multiple 2 counts.
Devin is definitely not a mid-tier guy. It was hidden.
He elevated that night. Like you said, he got elevated.
He's hungry. He was hungry. He wanted it. Again, much respect to him. He wanted it. But I was there. I talked to the Pharaoh face after that. I know he wasn't in any danger at all. And as soon as he got caught with that cutter, he measured that cutter. And as soon as he went for it again, he was done.
Yeah, he was done. Devlin went to the well one too many times.
Exactly. So it's like you're not noticing, but maybe sometimes face might let you hit you with something just to see how to measure it from you. Maybe he never seen it from you.
We know he loves pain, man. We saw him, drop down at the end of the last death match. Yeah, the Tremont match. He just drops down in the thumbtacks just at the end of the match. No reason for it. No, he dropped. No, there was thumbtacks on the ground.
Who was the one he went into the barbed wire and still held the sleeper? I thought
that was Tremont also.
Yeah,
it was the same match.
Remember, he pushed me to the side and just jumped on the. That was Connor Claxton, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it might have been Bam Sullivan, but
look at that, all of them.
Because with Claxton, he did Snow Angels in the tax also.
He's Snow Angel, but at the end of the Tremont match, he pushes skills out the way and does just a body drop right on the thumbtacks and just stands right up.
I would trust your account of that.
I do the highlight videos, so
word, and I never seen him feel pain.
That's what I'm saying. So it makes sense why you would say that he does allow his competitor, because it seems like he gets off on that pain.
Yeah, and then somebody like Devin Ridley, we didn't see too much about him either. So it's not like we could have scout this guy or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So he had to see exactly what it was to, what he had to counter in there.
But
And then
listen,
after that,
clearly it wasn't going to happen. But like, how crazy would it have been to see Devlin Ridley as the new hybrid champion, and then I guess be hybrid, affiliated?
if that would have happened, that would have happened. I think nobody would have came to the shows anymore.
That's savage.
All right? Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see that. All right? Nobody. Not saying in the future, but right now, nobody wants to see that. Thank God we retained, because it would have been an empty house anytime we coming in there as Devin Ridley as the champion.
It's just like I've said, like this whole thing has been nuts. And it's not that people like Face has taken on very much top competition when it's come to defending that championship. And then a couple of these young guys like a Sam Reaper, a Devin Ridley, who gets that opportunity. They're stepping up to the plate. They understand what they're in the ring against, and they understand they have to dig deep to even have a chance.
No, 100%. And I give them props. Like, I give these young boys props, but sometimes they, they trying to box with God, man. And it's like, you want the opportunity? You know what? We're going to give you the opportunity, and we're going to show you again, when we told you before, it's levels to this, and we just got to show you the levels to this, and just go back to the drawing board. Again, Sam Reaper, he's fired to me. He got a lot of potential. When he matures, becomes like a grown ass man, he's going to be a super problem. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we got his number. He got to stay away from us. There's nothing he can do.
I mean, just for that, with Sam Reaper, is all three of us agree that Sam Reaper has been the most improved person on the roster since the beginning of the year, of how much he's stepped up. So even more, that just supports our thinking process here with you giving him all this respect.
And the first time I seen Sam Reaper, he just reminded me of like that Fortnite character. I just saw him like a cartoon. It was a joke to me. Okay. So when he called out the Pharaoh face, I'm like, is this kid crazy? We're going to kill this kid. Like, we're going to kill him, and he's not going to be able to wrestle anymore. All right. So when he survived and he was asking for more, I was like, wait, something's not, he don't got it all up there, this kid.
Or Face knocked something loose in that first match.
Something happened. I don't know, but he wanted that second one, and he got it. He got the second one. He got exactly what he asked for. And then y'all got what y'all asked for. Y'all wanted Mother Endless as well. And y'all got them as a combo together, and we got that out the way. But again, let me give respect to Mother Endless as well. I called them bums. I'll take that back. Mother Endless definitely not a bum, and Sam Reaper's not a bum. So I'll take that back on the videos. Nobody ever said anything to me about it. I'm just giving props where props is due. They earn my respect, so I take that back. I'm saying they showed.
And that's mad honorable of you, Skills, and that's why we appreciate you as who you are, man, because you just tell it like it is. You know what I mean? And
because at the end of the day, I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah,
I'm here to do business, and I'm here to do the best business I can. Yeah. And being everybody's friend and being all friendly, that's not gonna get me where I need to be. That's gonna keep me in the bottom over here. So I need to do what's best for Hybrid, and I need to do what's best for the Pharaoh face, and what's best for Skills the Great. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I don't care what bridges I'm burning to get over to the side that I'm getting to. I don't care, because I'm not coming back to the other side. So it's okay.
Oh wow! So like you're done with SPO. You're Hybrid alone. There's nothing that could bring you back.
We run this though, so it's like we run this. So it doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm still gonna be running, like apart from like I don't fall in line.
Yeah.
So say Hybrid just disappears, and it is, and say they need me over here at PWU. I just don't fall in line. I do whatever I want, even before the whole Hybrid thing. I always did whatever I want.
Yeah, you're always a maverick. You and Face.
I was able to do whatever I want. I was unbanning people. I was doing whatever I wanted to do there without any backing. I was literally doing it by myself. So imagine having Hybrid right now. Like, there's literally no stopping us right now. Literally, what it says. No, for sure, for sure. You
What
could
about
come. You could
yeah?
go to war. No, you know what happens in war. There's a lot of casualties in war.
Hey,
You're just
I
a
mean,
casualty in the war. You're one of the
but
first casualties in
that's
this
also
war.
credit. And that's credit to Sam Reaper. He's been beaten but not defeated. Like that's heart there, and that's him standing his ground.
Word, word.
Which
But he just needs to move on.
Dead but never killed.
Yeah, well, he needs to move on because he's literally just running into a brick wall. And how good is it gonna do for him after if we beat him 5, 6 times, 10 times? Like it's just not gonna do him any good. He needs to
Skills.
move
How many
on.
Rocky movies are there, man? How many Rocky movies are there? There's 6. He can
Well,
always come
okay,
back.
okay, yes. But how many years were they like
Hold
were
on.
they in the 1 year timeline? Or is it in 2
Sam,
years? I think it was a whole career.
I think Sam Reaper should get another shot at face if he runs the hybrid gauntlet, starting with Nat Castle.
He loses right there. He
We're gonna
loses
get
the
spiced and
yeah, he's done. The first
The
person.
hybrid
Because
gauntlet.
okay,
BJ, that's
because
genius.
listen, because Nat Castle, she beat Mother Endless, correct, right? I don't think Sam Reaper could beat Mother Endless.
no.
No,
You don't think
no.
Sam Reaper could beat Mother
Can't-
Endless?
no, he's here, she's up here. So no, she will eat that kid alive.
Experience
And
alone.
huh? Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he go under her? Why would he be calling her mother and he could fucking why would you do that? Like who would do that? Who would go under the wing of somebody else they can beat? Like, come on, bro. There's not even a question.
That's fair.
Good
That's
point.
fair. That's a very fair point right there.
So if she couldn't, not saying that she can't, she couldn't. I don't think Reaper can either. So he loses in the first match of the hybrid gauntlet, guys. He don't even get to the second round. Whoever's in the second round waiting for him, he don't even get there. And say
I-
he does, he's
I
getting
would think,
murdered in the second round.
I would think
No,
Alex
Doug, you said,
Rivera
give
would
me
be
credit.
next in line.
It would either be Jay George or Rivera would be the second tier.
And then you think he has any? Do you think he has a chance between those two?
There it is. That's all BJ right there.
It'd be quick though. It won't be a gauntlet though. That's the thing though. It'd just be a one match.
Yeah, but
You
like,
can
what
do
if you had
every week?
multiple
every week
competitors?
with someone different.
Oh,
All
to
right, who
start
wins
it
the
to see
hybrid
if they can
gauntlet
get
this
through. To see if they
Yeah.
can get through.
Eh.
I don't think
Well,
we
then
got
again,
anybody
then,
there.
then like Alex and Face are never going to have a match in the PWSA.
And the
It's
thing
just
is
gonna
that their
be-
biggest
Nat Castle's
guy
going to be an all-star,
and the biggest guy is Billy Gold, and then the most he faced, the biggest challenge he faced was the Alex Rivera. So he's hitting two. Then he would have to, he have to be his biggest rival ever to get to
And
another
then-
level to see if
and
he
then-
can step up to, you know what I'm saying, to that level. So that's only the
Hey.
third match. He's not even deep in it. He didn't even get to a Connor Claxton or a Declan Grant or something.
We'll workshop this. We'll
I
make
feel
it
like there's a
happen.
couple wrestlers that could easily, step into this gauntlet and actually have a fighting chance, like Algo Nelly. That dude is a shining phenomenon as well. That guy's got a lot of energy, a lot of strength, a lot of power in the ring.
He'll be
saw him
Nat
take on-
Castle. He'll be Nat Castle.
Yeah,
I'm saying, he'll beat Nat Castle,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'd
he'll
love
be
to
Nat
see
Castle.
even half the roster beat Nat Castle.
but he almost beat Declan Grant for the Silver Skywalker champ. So I think he has an honorable fight in him. There's a couple people.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
no,
no,
no.
for sure. There is.
Love
There
it from
is.
Sammy.
No,
Love
we
it
got
from
there's
Sam.
there's good talent at PWU SPO. What will be there? What will be there competing against a bunch of garbage people? There's competitions, but like I said, the main word of last podcast, which was the number one podcast, right, guys? It's still the number one podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's still
Was levels. Yes, was levels.
A large margin.
I appreciate that, and that's hybrid right there. That means people are more interested in what's going on with hybrid right now, and it's a shame. Like, why we have to ruffle the feathers and bring this eyes in? Why they couldn't do it at PWU SPO? Why they couldn't have standing room only with just them? Why they can't? If they're so good and we're paper champions, bring the people in, sell the tickets. That's what it's about. This is a business. Bring
And
the
you're a
people in.
businessman for sure.
Nobody main event Billy Gold is standing room only, and then Hybrid's not there. That's not happening. And then we showed every time Skills the Great and the Pharaoh face is in the building, it's full. That's not by
Well,
luck.
well, so far there's 4 matches announced for this week. No hybrid on the card, from what I recall. We'll see.
Yeah, can't
How the
confirm or
card
deny
lies.
anything for this Friday. Keep people on their toes for the most part. So I don't really want to say what we have planned, but just know
All I'm
that
saying,
Hybrid's always got something planned.
all I'm saying is we'll see how the parking lot looks when we roll up with only 4 matches announced
And
and
yeah,
none of
and
them being
that's a
hybrid.
problem. They're not seeing it. They're not self-aware. They're
Well,
not
3
noticing
matches.
because they got their ego's
Oh,
crazy. Their ego is
three
through the roof.
matches
The
and an
backseat
appearance.
boys' ego are through the roof. So they thinking, they the shit. So we're gonna fill this whole place up when they're not seeing it. They're not seeing that at all. They're not self-aware, and yeah, shit's gonna be empty. You're gonna see no entrances. You're gonna see 2 rows. I wish more people though. We have the best shows. Come on, let's go. At the Pro Wrestling
Yeah.
Academy, it's the best shows there all the time. And that's where I want to be. I want to be where the best shows are at. And I feel like this is very good homegrown talent. So I'm not here to shit on the students. PWU SPO.
Oh God, no.
I'm not here to shit on them at all. We have the
Ain't
best.
like that. No.
Yeah, we have the best talent coming up. Look at Mikey G. Like, he's dope. He just
Yeah.
graduated not so long ago. So you see that there's levels. So when it comes to a wrestling school and homegrown talent, this is where you gotta be at.
Yeah.
So is it a plan that they putting monsters against these guys? Because not all their roster can't have that though. Their roster don't have all those monsters. You know what I'm saying? So it might be something, it might not. If maybe they're just in the way, they're casualties of war. Like, they're there, throw some bodies, get them killed, get them up out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems like right now. It's like they're like getting fed right now to us. They're about to get fed, and we're about to destroy all these people. And at the end of the day, we didn't want to do that. If you're noticing, we're getting talent from outside, bringing them in.
Yeah,
And we're
exactly.
bringing in the biggest talent that ever been in that building.
Draws like Matt Tremont, Connor Claxton,
And then
Sullivan.
and not regional people too, people that are respected all over the United States, or everywhere. So it's like, if they want to keep it in house, cool. But we're trying to elevate. We're trying to elevate the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. We try to make it be full every single time a Friday comes, every time Saturday's there. We want it to be the Mecca of New Jersey. But these guys gonna have to step it up. And they last week or the week before was the first time. Why? Because of Johnny Cashmere there. Because if it wasn't for Johnny Cashmere, I don't think they have the balls to step up. And I think the only reason they know they stepped up is because Johnny was there and he knows he kicked him the fuck out. And they don't want to lose their home. Johnny, Johnny's no nonsense. He get you up out of there. So they had no choice. And like, I love it. Johnny pops up when me and Face ain't advertised. Very nice. I love that, Johnny. Every time I'm watching the show on YouTube, it's Johnny Cashmere. I'm like, what the hell? Johnny's there today? I never see this guy.
Yeah.
But when we're not advertised all the time, he's there. He has the time for the show. But when we're there, he's not there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As a fan, I was really surprised to see
And
him.
what was happening though, when he was there, when we started with our championship, Face was stalked this guy. He was stalking Johnny Cashmere every time. You know what I'm saying? So Johnny, if y'all was noticing, he didn't know how to act on commentary every time Pharaoh Face was going up to him. I think he got tired of that shit. Was like, yo, I can't deal with that. One day Pharaoh Face is gonna come and snatch me out of the commentary booth like he did that one kid, that whatever his name, whatever Wolf, whatever his
Caleb
name is.
Wolf.
Yeah, when he got
Yeah.
snatched up. Yeah, he didn't want
Rest in
that to
peace.
happen to him. And then Wolf, that happened to because he was talking crazy, talking about, I guess he's a baby and he didn't know who the SAT was. Pat Dynamite was trying to explain to him that Skills the Great managed the best tag team in independent wrestling ever, the SAT. And he was like, oh, maybe that's why I don't like hybrid, because I never liked the SAT in school. What? So you're disrespecting the legends. You lucky they don't come over here and beat the shit out you themselves. But you know what? They don't even have to do that. You are, like I said, you're a baby. So I just had Face rip you off from where you at. And what happened? None of his boys did absolutely nothing. They just looked like deers in the headlight. They had Pat Dynamite there and somebody else. Why they didn't grab him or why they didn't jump Face? Why? Y'all answer that for me.
Listen, all I know is Caleb Wolf will never make a academic joke ever again.
I will hope not. For his sake, I will hope not. I'll have that guy freaking crucified in the middle of the ring. He'd be like Jesus Christ of freaking PWU. So tell that kid to stop playing with me. Yeah, he want to jump on the bandwagon, don't know what I've done, and he literally done absolutely nothing. A baby talking to me. Again, burp his ass. But yeah, guys, I think my time is up. It's 8 o'clock. I got to go do some things. I just wanted to come over here and, talk my shit and give y'all a few more views, because if they find out Skills the Great was up in here, you're going to get a lot more people coming up in here. So maybe you want to advertise that. You know what I'm saying?
When you jumped on, man, like the viewership jumped up by like 10, 20 people. Like,
yeah, you see that? Yeah, that's how we do, bro.
I was watching it the whole time, man. Yeah.
That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm up in here, it just goes up. The ratings go up. Yeah,
but we appreciate you taking the time to come on. I hope you had a good 4th of July, as everybody else who's been on today as well. We do have some more to talk about before getting off of here. But again, thank you for making the time.
Gentlemen.
Cheers to you.
And hope to see you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know. Safety. Hybrid.
Ladies and gentlemen, manager of champions, Skills the Great.
Oh, hey, what's that sound in the distance? I think it's a waterfall. I'll be right back. I need to follow it.
Don't do that to me. That doesn't help.
Well, did you actually want me to play the other sound?
No.
You said not to do it to you, and I was being nice. But
do you have like 45 seconds of dialogue prepared?
Actually, I could feel. So we did mention a lot of like stuff that's happened. So real quick, while Pete is away, I'm going to play the hybrid highlights video package that I didn't show on Tuesday. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's that.
Able to be here last week, George, because I had health problems, and I would have been here if I could have.
For the past 6 months, I've been wrestling here with a messed up knee, and you're telling me in the 20 years that you've been wrestling, you were out because you were sick? Because you had a little cold? That's it, Rob? Because you were sick? Rob, I'm starting to think that maybe you don't have my back. I don't know if you realize this or not, but it was Hybrid Wrestling that put that match together when we went to Las Vegas and we took on the Vandal 48. That wasn't PWU, that was Hybrid Wrestling. So I need to know right now, Rob, do you have my back or do you have PWU's back? Whose side are you on?
Where you going, Robbie? You can't take the heat? You came to us, your little pissant team, decided to abandon Amadeus when he needed you the most.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, boy?
And we see Nat Castle going to work. He doesn't care about manners in the ring.
I hear about all this stuff going on at PWU, and I come by and I see a bunch of clowns thinking that they could actually do professional wrestling. They're the fucking underground. I can say the F words all I want because I'm not on TV! We're not doing television. We're on the fucking internet. That's what we're doing.
Pile driver! Pile driver!
We're just gonna tell it like it is. PWU, if you stay there for too long, you're gonna end up like me, with a whole load of emotional baggage because you wasted your time listening to a bunch of fucking pretenders thinking that there's something that they're not, all right? When I am nothing but truth. Hey, PWU, get your boys in check, man.
Was fire.
Yeah, that's a little bit of what's been going on. Catches people up a little bit for any who haven't seen it. So much more that's happened since then, as you heard when Amadeus was on.
But I
Jay
mean, the
George-
editing work on that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Who did that?
For all the clips we saw on our review show, as well as this video package. I'm not sure this one specifically, but I know all the other ones I got from SPO, PWU, and the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. So thank you to them for the.
Hell yeah, man! That was a great, like, everything blended perfectly. I love, like, you had snippets of Jay George with the action, the moments, the spots, the commentators, the film style. Everything about it was masterful. So golf clap for the gentleman.
But in all honesty, today was exactly what I wanted, right?
You called out SPO. You called out PWU. You called out representatives. Granted, we heard from two. They were powerful. We heard from Amadeus. We heard from Billy Gold.
And one in the chat.
One in the chat, Sam Reaper.
And Rick Blade in the chat.
And Rick Blade in the chat. Rick Blade stepped up in the chat. You know, even Nicole was, you know, combatant hybrid in the chat as well. So we definitely saw some, you know, PWSA spirit, especially from Billy with that fire promo that he cut towards the end. But we still have not heard from JP Grayson, from Tommy
Grayson.
You know what I mean? We haven't heard from the people we haven't heard from Robbie Illuminati. We finally heard from Johnny Cashmere after where the hell's Johnny been? Which is exactly what Skill said, you know, where's Johnny been? Johnny pops up 2 weeks ago, but guess what? Like Batman, he's back into the night. When do we see him again?
We kind of heard from Pat Dynamite at Hostile Takeover at the end of that show as well.
Did we, though?
Yeah, he got on the mic afterwards.
But didn't all he say is that when Dynamite blows up, they don't get up?
Nah, it was a little bit more than just that, but, you know, like the real rally call that night was Johnny Cashmere.
Oh, hey, Archives, by the way, you missed a full 30 minutes with Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus was on here, and you absolutely missed it. But yeah,
he's going back now and starting at the beginning. And oddly commenting, like, as he approaches things, even though that was like an hour ago.
2 hours ago, almost now.
2 hours, an hour and a half ago.
But no, just think about like some of the stuff we've seen. Amadeus brought it up, his wife being punched, you know, which you go back and look at that footage. Who was the first one actually there checking on her? When you talk about allegiances, I was the first one down there at ringside from the back checking on her with Zay and Don Montoya behind me.
Oh, absolutely. I just rewatched that footage. I was going through some old footage the other day. Recent footage the other day. And I was like, yeah, DG was like the first on scene. Like Reaper went directly after Jay George. And there was the evidence. We're just reminding me. I knew, but just reminding myself.
You know, we've seen so many things happen, and now it's getting to a point where it is escalating. And as Skill said, and as I've said, and he all but confirms, they haven't hid a single agenda that they were to hit. They were calling their shots like they were Babe Ruth and hitting home runs every time. Like, how many more times are you going to let somebody call their shot before you step up your defense? And, you know, last week you made the clip of everything of me calling out the rosters.
Yeah.
We actually got a response finally.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not from everybody we would have, because I would still like to hear from a Pat Dynamite.
Yeah, Pat's been silent.
I would still love to hear from the back seats.
Yeah.
Hell, I would love to hear from Control Chaos.
Hell, I'd love to hear from Rick Blade. We've got him in the chat. Why not bring him on the cast? You know, hop on, Rick.
I don't know. It's 8 o'clock. He could be getting ready to watch Dancing with the Stars or whatever.
I thought it was NCIS.
No.
That's 9. Okay.
And that's also, I think, in break. I don't think there's a new season going at the moment.
Okay. You know, a kid legend, you know, you mentioned earlier you've been talking to him behind the scenes in terms of about everything going on, but we haven't heard from the legend about what he thinks about everything going on. Like, clearly his home and his heart and soul is SPO PWU, but does he kind of understand where Hybrid's coming from? Which would be very interesting to see if that were the case.
And there was a fine point brought up earlier about that you made. I think it was when Amadeus was on. Was about the student versus the teacher, right?
Yeah.
Is this something to where he saw Johnny doing it, and now it's like, I can do this better than you, and I'm going to prove it.
Yeah.
Time will tell, right? But
Absolutely.
right now, if you ask me again, Hybrid's winning the war. For the first time in 3 months, SPO/PWU finally won a battle.
True, but I don't know. I don't see how they're winning the war, though. What exactly? So I guess the question is, in the end game, what is the victory? In order to know who's winning what.
I mean, I would assume that if I've ever seen anything like this before, it's full control.
Full control.
Yeah. Who gets control of the Pro Wrestling Star Academy? Does SPO and PWU retain it? Or does Hybrid win it and call it the Hybrid Academy?
Yeah, that very well might be the terms at hand.
And, I don't have a magic ball in front of me to tell you, what's going to happen, this and that. All I can do is give my commentary on what I've seen.
Well, the only reason I was asking is because you said you believe they're winning the war, but I don't really see them winning the war. I see them winning the battles. They won a couple different battles, but they're still on home territory. That was a battle. Everybody got back up, and everybody continued to fight the next week.
I mean,
and so you can't say that was the end all be all. That was a battle. That wasn't the war.
Here's the 2 victories I've seen.
Okay.
I'll give them 2 victories. One, them at Hostile Takeover standing their ground. Amadeus defeating Jay George. After all the chaos. Yeah. Nicole with the slap in the face to him. All that's one big victory from. The other victory is Hybrid's not allowed in that locker room. Besides that, what have they done to combat and stop this? Hybrid's still coming in the building, right? Regardless of how they're making their entrances, they're still coming in the building. Yeah. And they're still running roughshod over whatever talent is put in front of them, whether it's a Devin Ridley or Sam Reaper or Mother Endless.
I guess the real question is, after we had Johnny at the last show, will Hybrid stop beating down wrestlers post-match, or will they continue to do this?
I mean, and that's something we'll see. But Rick Blade also going back and scrolling in the chat.
I was going to say, I was like, did he put that again? Weird. I mean, Rick, I'm a fan, but I don't know. That's a bit intimate.
How is he still watching? His view duration is
it's Dancing with the Stars.
But seriously, like I said, I've done my best to try to stay in the middle of this because everybody involved has shown me nothing but respect.
Yeah.
And the wars between them, not me, not anybody else. I'm calling it how I see it. But now, I have been saying I did have a video set in. And this video sent in was from Mother Endless and Sam Reaper.
Oh, what?
So, let's go to that.
Hell yeah.
I've had enough of everything that Hybrid has been doing to us. I've had enough of Jay George and his foolish words. I've had enough of spice in my face and face in my mind on my face. Mother! Remember who we're also talking about? That's right. the rest of SPO. You all wanted to celebrate solidarity last week after our main event and subsequent beatdown, which was after the previous beatdown and the ones before that. You all sit there while we fight over and over and over, and you do nothing while your company falls to hybrid.
Not only that, but they kept pushing us to the back because they are too afraid to make us a tag team and put me in scrambles or six-mans. Well, I have enough with that. I want... What do you think? I want a mixed tag. I want a regular tag. I want intergender or tornado.
There are so many tags to choose from and plenty of teams to place us against. We have no problem fighting, but it seems like many of you do. And we don't care whether or not you're here for clicks or glory. We will fight for the right thing, but we cannot stand alone.
So here's a message to SPO and PWU. We need your help. That means we need Billboard Billy Gold. That means we need the PWU World Champion Pat Dynamite. And hell, we need the Backseat Boys. Since I know you guys really are always worrying about being the main event and being the top star, but screw being the top star because we need your help.
There will be nowhere to be the star of once hybrid is done with us. So, will you stand and fight with us? Because we will continue to fight until our last day. Because we are the Day of the Dead.
Future tag team champions, like I said earlier.
There we go. I'm unmuted. Absolutely love the tag team name, by the way.
Yes.
You know, I mean, love Day of the Dead. It's perfect. It's perfect for them. I also have to say, that was probably the most fire promo that Sam Reaper has cut to date.
I could not agree more.
Like, my dude was solid, locked in, fluid, and that delivery, that passion, hell yes. Like, this
and
is...
I didn't see any cuts. That was all one take.
That was all a one shot. So, like, hell yes. Kudos to Mother and Sam, man. Like, you know, we've got this. You know what I mean? The SPO PW roster will come to your call. Pause.
I was trying to hit a comment. Yeah, man, loving it.
Yeah,
out of Hybrid's way.
That was a fire. Yeah, that was great. That was a fire promo. And yeah, hopefully these names step up. You know, hopefully Robbie is on our side. Hopefully Johnny does come back. Hopefully the Backseat Boys do respond. We already have seen Billy. We've seen Sammy. You know, like Pat. You know, Pat's another one where we've seen him in ring calling out everything going on. So, what more is needed to light this torch? Who needs to be brought back? What needs to be done? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Like,
that was an awesome voice crack.
It's just nice. It's just nice to finally see the rally call.
Yeah.
The war. Like, hey, how? Like you said, how much longer are we going to stand for this? How much longer are we going to let these people we invite into our house just continue to tear it apart?
Yeah.
And they're doing it from the inside. It's not like it's an outside force at this point. Because it's been admitted to. They were let in the door. They were invited in.
Archives, calm down.
What happened? Ho 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 ho! Shine up that elbow.
See, so let me address Tara and Rick Blade and other people who've called me a traitor.
Put them on the big screen, Ginge.
Hold on, man. You said that, and I just got completely derailed. Hold on, no, take me off. Take me off of here.
Well, hold on. Let me play the rant alert. Maybe that'll help.
No, still derailed. No, come back. I gotta. No. Short-term memory loss. You know.
Rick Blade and Tara. They called you a traitor.
Yeah. I was gonna defend myself, but
So you're just
can't even remember.
I mean,
I had the thought, and then I shouldn't even have. Yeah.
I got called a traitor in that as well. I feel like just because I'm calling it how I see it doesn't necessarily make me a traitor.
You're such a traitor. Your name is Trader Ginge.
That's offensive. You just
and then you opened up a supermarket where all you sell is knives because you're constantly stabbing people in the back.
Listen, ever since you losing predictions, you've had it out to disparage my character and good name.
What are you talking about? We never did predictions before. That's an alternate universe. That's something I don't even know what you're talking about.
Let me check the page.
Oh, all of a sudden he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
No, I'm not seeing anything on her.
Yeah, thank you, BJ. Like, Jen,
that's
what timeline are you looking at?
That's why I got choke slammed by Billboard Billy Gold, right?
When did that happen? Where was I?
Because he lost a bet. Remember that?
Oh,
I didn't lose no bet.
That's right. He was like, yes, and we said no.
Not what I was going to say, but thank you. No. I had something that was ready to go. Maybe I'll think of it. Maybe I'll remember it.
I derailed him. It's my bad. I wanted him this big screen because I wanted to clip it. Because so rarely do we get a rant from BJ. And I was like, I want to clip this.
Oh! I remember.
Clip big screen!
So, certain people, specifically Tara, Rick Blade, and there have been others who've called me a traitor for siding with hybrid wrestling. Hybrid brings high energy, exciting wrestling to the PWSA every week. We know that. Whenever hybrid is involved, things are going to be exciting. It's not when hybrid's name is on the promotional material. That parking lot's going to be full. My thing is, I don't want to see hybrid just run roughshod over SPO, over PWU. That's not what I want. I'm a hybrid fan right now. I'm a fan of all the promotions, but I'm a hybrid fan right now, first and foremost. I don't want to see them just destroy everybody. I want that competition. I want everybody to unite. I want everybody to step up and take down this challenge. You know what I mean? That's what as a fan, right now, you take it back to NWO. Like this face shirt might look like an NWO shirt to say, right now, but SPO PWU, that's home. And hybrid is a guest in that house. They're doing amazing things in that house. But that's what I want to see is I want to see everybody unite to take down this threat. That was the, that's the rant. That was the thought.
You want to see people take down hybrid.
No. I'm not saying that I want to see them take down hybrid. I want to see them unite to attempt to take down hybrid. That's what I want out of the PWSA. You know what I mean? I want to see them come together and fight the threat.
Well, Tara, you forgave him and you can't take it back now.
Just like picking against Rick Blade as motivation for him to win the SBO championship. There it is. There it is. That's the look. And
That's the
on
one I wanted to
Amadeus,
see.
that was how it ended up. But that's right. Also, Amadeus was in the background of that picture.
Was he really?
We mentioned it so many
Off
times.
to the right.
I thought you meant the one of your face. I was like, I don't remember that.
Oh no. That was just
Yeah, no, yeah,
normal.
that one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we've seen that photo many a time.
I'm sorry, I've had a few.
It's all right. I'm on my sixth, so.
Is that a lawn boy? Or I'm sorry, poolside?
No, it's actually Outlaw Light.
Oh, enjoy that. Yeah.
I got a 24 pack for $14 on the pay week where I got
Yeah.
paid shit. So I was like, it's good. Gets the job done.
Dude, come by my store. I'll hook you up, man. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
I'm living an outlaw life.
Anyway.
We could definitely say this. Hybrid brings competition to the table.
Absolutely.
As we've said, that is a group of killers. Like, those aren't just everyday people. And you need the likes of a Billy Gold, a Sam Dynamite, a United Wrath of the Wicked.
You said Sam Dynamite.
Sam
Dynamite. Ooh, that's a good tag team right there. Oh, listen, when you bring beer into the equation, it's going to be a good time.
Well, I think you just got Pete's loyalty there.
Loyalty, no. Friendship and companionship, absolutely. There's a difference.
All right, Archives.
But no, like, and when I say a united Wrath of the Wicked, let's just point out that during the battle where Amadeus, Sam Reaper, and Mother Endless have stepped up, we have not seen Skull and Bones step up with them.
Well, we don't know if Skull and Bones is even with them.
I mean, they're in, but are they all in?
But we saw that promo at the last event where when they were leaving the building, like Skull and Bones were like, "Oh, we have to go. We have these things. We have stuff to do." But we also know that Jay George has a past with Skull and Bones, so
yeah,
I could see a little
past with Mother Endless.
But Hybrid doesn't have a tag team.
I mean, you could make a tag team out of some guys. Imagine a Connor
But they don't have a tag team.
No.
But, you know what I mean?
Not yet. What if Robbie rejoins them? You get him and Jay George back together.
Dude, we saw in the chat earlier, Hybrid 1428 said Robbie's not welcome. He had his opportunity. He's not welcome.
Or is that a misdirect?
No, Hybrid's always been straight shots with us. Declan Grant has been a prick and he's lied to us. Hybrid has always followed through, and that's the one thing I'll give them, man. Well, I'll give them many things. They're, like I said, the Hamiltons are great dudes, and their roster is fire. But they're always straight shooters, and they don't sugarcoat shit, man. They tell it like it is. So I do have a lot of respect to them.
If I'm just looking at that group right now, if I were to pair any two up as a tag team, Connor Claxton and Alex Rivera.
But I wouldn't turn them into a tag team, though.
I'm just saying, like, if you have to go the route and you have to have a tag team match.
No, I think they need to acquire. They need to acquire the talent. I want somebody.
Honestly,
I want to see who they're next.
I would lean into Primal Fear being that candidate to go after.
Okay. I know BJ is also in the same frame, considering he tipped his hat forward. I like this.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing that the first time Skills was on. Like, is there anybody else?
But no,
but I could definitely see the other tag teams I was talking about that I can't remember now, joining ranks with.
Good, it's not just me who can't remember thoughts.
Dude, literally, we just talked about it. It's gone. I don't even know who I said. Can't remember. But whoever, like, rewind maybe 3 minutes ago, and whoever I was talking about that should be acquired by Hybrid or would work in a Hybrid brand. Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones.
Rip.
That's who it was.
But
I remember.
what do you think is next in all this? Do we hear from the Graysons this upcoming week?
I hope so.
Well, listen, Johnny said, hey, next week, backseats, we need to talk. And then that was, of course, when we got heat waved out. So hopefully that next week we need to talk transfers to this Friday, and we have this conversation. I don't have good faith that it's going to occur, but we do know that the Battlezone Tag Team Champions, the Backseat Boys, are going to be in the building this Friday. Battlefield. That's a Battlezone.
Yes, you said Battlezone.
You could have been right. I don't know.
Battlefield.
No, it's Battlefield.
Battlefield Tag Team Champs. The Backseat Boys
Wrestling
are going to be in the building. So,
but do you see anybody else switching sides either way?
Oh, there's definitely that possibility. You got to think about like who fits the profile of who Hybrid's looking for, though. What killers are there right now on SPL?
honestly, one man that I'm surprised hasn't jumped ship, but also I feel like he is his own, so he wouldn't do it anyway, is Sam Adams.
Sam Adams is with Mike Trash and Tommy Biz right now.
Exactly, which is why he wouldn't jump to Hybrid.
Yeah, and I don't see Hybrid doing business with Mike Trash. Maybe Tommy
I can see them doing business with Tommy Biz, though, because Tommy Biz is one of those kinds of guys. Oh, that's no problem. I'm sure he could easily, Tommy Biz is cutthroat, man. He was on a podcast last week, and, being the kind soul that I am, I hopped on just to kind of see, what was going on to support local podcasts, because that's what we do. And, he's like, oh, yeah, Crumb Bum Billionaire. First, they misquoted my name. It's Crumb Bum Trillionaire, excuse you. And then he proceeded to say, oh, yeah, he's just this fat guy that hangs out at some wrestling shows. Which, I mean, he ain't wrong. But still, it was nice. It was nice to get a shout out.
Out there like that.
It was nice to get shouted out.
It's like, Jim, did you have to put me on blast like that?
He did say, hey, he's a good guy. So, like, I'll allow it, but it was cool to see Tommy Biz doing his thing, even though, in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, he's a piece of shit.
He's just mad because your clips don't get him any views or any follows, but that's because he's just awful.
So,
well, he doesn't.
That's not your fault. That's his fault.
When was the last time he wrestled? My clips are generally him getting kicked in the face.
As a manager.
Yeah, which just happened when I did the custom video for Kid Legend a couple weeks ago. There's a clip of Tommy Biz getting kicked in the face by Kid Legend, and that's like, oh, okay.
So I have a question. We know of 3 high-ranking officials between SPL and PWU: Phil Stamper, Angel Orsini, and Don Montoya.
You put them in the wrong order, but okay.
Not random order. Doesn't matter. I said 3. I didn't say 3 high officials.
Angel's below Don because Don's the commish.
Even alphabetical.
Like, come on.
Regardless of the order, I didn't say a specific order in power. All right. I just said the top 3 officials. Whatever order you want them in, that's on you, sir. Do we see one of them jumping ship to give a little bit more power to Hybrid to where now, hey, people have no choice now but to allow them in the locker room, allow them to have a proper entrance.
No,
they're fine with their situation, and like
money talks though.
It doesn't matter. Angel's backseat loyal. Phil is the commissioner or the whatever.
You mean the guy that rudely every Sunday posts a video of him putting a random submission hold on someone?
Well, that's because they deserve it. They're in the industry.
Doesn't mean it's still not rudely done.
It doesn't matter because, like, guess what? You signed up for this.
Yeah,
hey, I'm just bringing facts to the table. That's
it's like
all.
being a porn star and then getting pissed off about the money shot.
right? Like, come on, DG.
Well, not a spokesperson, just a
You've got the
person.
Hamiltons. The Hamiltons are the Phil Stamper of hybrid. You don't need a Phil Stamper over there when they're doing their thing and running their ship.
They do what they want. If they have to break rules, they break rules, man.
Hey, I'm just asking the question.
Nah, Angel's backseat loyal. Don is loyal to the Academy, and then Phil is the overseer of everything. I don't know what is his title. What's Phil's title?
President of Wrestling.
President of Wrestling. There you go. He's the president of wrestling.
So hold on. You bring up Angel, and I'm going to bring up a really interesting point here. We know Angel Orsini's loyal to Tommy and JP,
Right.
but if they mend stuff with Johnny and that becomes a group again, is she also loyal to Johnny and all three of them?
Well, you'd have to, if you ask that question, then you have to ask where Dewey falls into all this. Where's Dewey's loyalty going?
I mean, Dewey doesn't hold any power within the company. He
doesn't hold any power, but he holds a lot of influence.
Dewey goes where the money is. And we haven't seen Dewey with JP or Tommy recently. I want to say since Hard Knocks.
But that was only a month ago.
Where's he been since then?
We only see him at the special times. He doesn't really pop up on the Fridays.
All right, well, he wasn't present. Was he present when they won the tag team titles, or was that only Angel?
I don't remember. I want to say he was.
He
was there. He was there because he fumbled the belts right in front of me.
Because I was going to say, I know he was there when Tommy won the SPO title.
Yeah, when they became the double champs, he fumbled the belts. Or no, there was like multiple belts that he was scraggling through. It was when they became the PW champs.
Pick them all up.
Because there was the SPO belts that were there also, but they didn't get the SPO belts. We submitted that dude anyway.
Right?
I'm just saying, Phil Stamper in that photo we popped up plenty of times. He's the one laid out right under the ropes.
Yeah. He did get choked out, and the funniest thing about that was Skills walking up and being like, "Submission hold Friday!" Tap!
And hold on. Pop that up one more time. Please. Not enough credit is given to my poor photo skills, but if I would have panned down a little bit, I could have gotten Craig curled up in a ball.
Oh, yeah. Anytime Craig Pendergrass gets beat up, I love it.
That's all I wanted to say.
This whole thing has, come on, there we go, has just been absolutely insane. Oh, El Juggalo in the chat. Whoop, whoop. What's going on?
Backseat sucks.
You ain't wrong. You are not wrong there, Mike.
But there are a lot of moving parts that we still don't know about. Because it seems like almost the last couple of weeks, we see somebody new popping in. We see this. We see that. And now that we're finally getting some motivation behind some of these stars, hopefully some of the bigger names join in and we get this all-out war for control. And then at that point, whoever comes out on top comes out on top.
Yeah, I'd like to
see...
That's
awesome news, by the way, for House of Glory.
Nice. I would love to see Cade Lothbrock back in the building taking on KTB. Kind of like a PWU.
Oh my God.
PW versus hybrid kind of vibes, you know what I mean?
And even more recently,
they have not acknowledged. Hybrid has been in chat. They've been on the show. They have not acknowledged that KTB is a part of Hybrid.
No, they have not. So they are in chat. Is KTB a part of the group,
or is he just a rogue merc?
Like, can we guess? Can we just get something here so we know how to call this properly here? But no, in the long run, there's a lot more to this still. And in my opinion, SPO and PWU have some catching up to do.
That's
That's what I'm saying. He's a mercenary.
Yep. He's a merc.
You guys needed one body who was big enough to jack a car,
a truck,
a vehicle, whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, see that's what we needed to know. So
he's like the wolf in Pulp Fiction that just gets rid of the bodies.
But no, I feel like there's plenty more surprises coming with this, especially considering there's a hybrid show at the end of the month.
Yeah, and we got Mia Friday, right?
Yeah,
guaranteed with you already put that up earlier, but with Amity.
This here, it'll come up one more time.
LeVay. I reversed the first two consonants.
Well, you said Valet.
I said Valet. It's LeVay.
But yeah, let's talk about some of the
Not
stuff
French.
coming up at the Pro Wrestling Star Academies. I don't feel
Absolutely.
like there's too much more we could talk about this without just talking in circles at this point. So
Yeah, we covered a lot on the hybrid invasion.
Yeah, and we
didn't
had
even have to say anything.
Yeah, we had Amadeus, Skills to Great, Billboard Billy Gold. We had the promo from Mother Endless and then Sam Reaper, plus Sam Reaper in the chat. We heard from Rick
And a
Blade
highly active chat.
Yeah, we
Rick
heard from
Blade
Rick
in the
Blade in
chat.
the chat. We
Declan
heard
Grant in the chat.
Yeah. Like, thank you everybody for tuning in today and taking part in the discussion. I'm also glad that me calling out the roster got a couple people at least to say something, send in something, come on, because that's what we've been asking for at least 2 months now.
That's what my rant was all about. Like, step up. Like, I want this. I want to see this. Like,
But yeah, let's take a look at some stuff here. Upcoming events for SPO and hybrid at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, starting with Big Heat this Friday. And then the week after that, on the 17th, Hell's Kitchen. July 24th, we get PWU, Black Hole Sun, Jam Session number 14. And then July 31st, Hybrid SPO Live, Fired Up. But
I actually knew a guy who went by Big Heat, and he was like a backyard wrestler.
Oh, wow.
Huge Latino fella.
But yeah,
So I did see on Billy's story earlier that he won't be back until 7/24 on Instagram is what he posted. So I don't know if this this match that they were talking about earlier might happen, but
hey, the end of the month.
Yeah.
But yeah, this week we have Tarzan Duran's Invitational Scramble, where he is putting up his Traveling Skywalker Championship. And we don't know who is in this match yet.
Man.
Vacant, and vacant. A lot of former champions in this match.
And it's going to be a no contest.
Only be Sam. Are you saying you'll be there, or you're going to be in this match?
It's Tarzan against 5 invisible men.
Well, considering he's got the #1 spot for most matches in SPO wrestling,
Right.
he's got to keep it going. He can't let Alex Rivera.
Number 30 in the PWSA this year.
There you go.
Unless you want to have a one-on-one with Stife.
That's a different universe.
I know.
Yeah.
I had
Also, and as we do know, for the PWU Tag Team Championship,
bro,
the Backseat Boys will be defending against Jordan Oliver and Leeds Lewis.
Jordan Oliver, Jordo, is going to be back in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. We haven't seen him since he fought Billy Gold and got signed to AEW.
And honestly, like, who leads Lewis? It doesn't matter who leads Lewis is. Jordan Oliver's back in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. But I'll tell you what, if he's teaming up with Jordan Oliver, if he's teaming
Toward
up with Jordan Oliver, what am I saying? If he's teaming up with Jordan Oliver, he's a name. He's somebody we got to pay attention to because Jordan Oliver just doesn't, team up with bums.
yeah.
No, definitely not. Especially considering he is signed to AEW. Let's see. Get back to
My
this.
apartment is making noise. I'll be right there.
I hear a crackling.
We also have PWU champion Pat Dynamite defending against second generation star from the NWA. You've also seen him on NXT, AEW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling as well. Colby Carino, the
Dude,
son of Steve Carino.
This match is going to be insane.
Absolutely.
Son of a legend.
Yeah, I went over all that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, so I was giving him his flowers before I say that we've seen Pat Dynamite take on people who have been in the business for a long time and have, a big name. And just like at Midnight Express with Jack Evans, like.
I was going to bring up that point. I feel like this is his biggest match since Midnight Express.
I agree. Yeah, but he's locked in. He's the PWU champion. He's defended the belt a couple times.
We also he has to have in the back of his mind hybrid as well, though, considering what happened last week or a week and a half ago.
Well, let's not allude to that. I mean, that's always a possibility.
And also, since the back seats will be there, Angel Orsini, the Kumar, will also be in action.
I wonder who she's going to fight.
Hey, we'll see.
I hope it's Amazing Red.
And then,
not Amazing Red. Allison Red. I would like.
I knew who you meant, but
Amazing TNA Hall of Famer, Amazing Red.
Yeah.
Amazing Red.
Pay attention to the SPO social media pages and our stories on Instagram and Facebook, because as more stuff gets announced for this Friday, if there is anything else announced, we'll get it to you. But then after that, Sunday, July 12th, Super Havoc Pro opening day. Cheeseburger, Billy Avery, and Shay McCoy in trios action, taking on Christian Ross, Ryan Redfield, and Jackie Thad.
That's going to be sick.
Shay McCoy is a very, very awesome wrestler and entertaining as well.
And then LJ Cleary versus The Flip. And The Flip is somebody we've only seen once, but we're all fans of.
Yeah.
Seen him once, loved the Flip.
Yeah. The Backseat Boys taking on Cole Radrick and Dylan McKay.
Names I've heard, but can't say I've seen.
Well, happy early birthday, Archives.
Well, I was going to say something about that after I got through this.
We'll get there.
Well, I saw it, so guess what? I said it.
CWO.
Yeah, we have Mark Angel versus Low Life Louie.
Cream.
Declan Grant versus Sleepy Ed.
So, yeah, I'm very interested in this.
Apparently, Declan's like super honored for this match. I'm not familiar with Sleepyhead, but when it got announced in his story, he's like, people who've been following my career know I've been waiting for this match for a long time.
All about it. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Also, we have Little Guido, ECW original, member of the FBI, taking on Connor Claxton. Should be a very interesting match.
Yeah, Guido's he's got to be in his 50s. He doesn't have the size. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for him. I don't have high hopes for Nunzio in this match. Don't take the stream off the air.
And then out in a 2 out of 3 falls match, Drew Gulak versus Tim Donst. I'm still not sure how to say that name properly.
Always a pleasure to see Gulak, and I believe we discussed at some point that this is one of his students.
Yeah, I do believe we discussed that, yes.
One of his up and coming students. So let's see how good of a teacher he is. He might be too good.
Yeah, and then I brought up his name earlier, but Kobe Carino will also be at this event.
Colby's putting in that work.
He will be holding a seminar before this show at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy.
Mike Hamilton Jr., thank you.
Oh, yeah. Donst used to be in CZW. So there's that as well.
I got to figure this out.
Hey.
And then we have Sideshow Pro Wrestling, July 26th. The Weekend Warriors. We get the return of the Creature Feature, which is always a fun Royal Rumble style match to see, especially in person. We have the team of Italian Tank and Sam Reaper, known as Demon Tank, taking on the Show Dogs.
Yes.
Lycan LaRue challenging Boom Harden for the Catchweight Championship. Boom Harden, who also recently announced that by the end of 2027, he is planning on leaving.
No, by the start of 2027. Yeah, beginning of 2027. Man.
Very interesting there.
Yeah, he's leaving wrestling. Like, what's going on with that, man? Like, I wanted to bring that up and talk about that, but you keep doing your thing.
The Clown Jewels are set to appear. Asio, I probably butchered that.
Sango?
It is set to appear. As well as the Trickster, Amora Fati, to appear. And then one more. July 31st, as we had talked about earlier, Hybrid Rules. Mia Friday defending, I was about to say dispending championships. Defending her championship against Amity LeVay.
Yeah, if Hybrid still is still watching, hey man, can we maybe get Amity LeVay or Mia Friday, just someone on the show at some point?
Well, you're gonna. Oh, you mean on this show?
Yeah.
I got confused.
But real quick before we go, let's talk about the announcement Boom Harden made online, Pete.
Dude, oh my God. When I saw that, I was devastated, man. I was like, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, is this just a change in passion or is this something medical? You know what I mean? I can tell, listen, I'm somebody where my interests, I'm in them and then I'm gone. Like, so I can, like, I give a lot of applause and high fives to people who are dedicated to the craft and are in it for the long haul. And Boom's been in it for a while. You know what I mean? Like, he is the Nuketown Dragon. But I was really surprised to see that he's going to be leaving wrestling at the beginning of 2027.
Hey, it might not be forever. He might just need to step away for a bit. He has been very busy with other things going on in life.
Yeah, but the way that message was, it just kind of read like it was, I'm done with this.
You know,
it's time for me to move on to my next passage.
If there's one thing, especially as a fan of pro wrestling, that I've learned is anytime somebody says they're leaving pro wrestling, never say never. You know, because it doesn't take much. Yeah. It doesn't take much to see something on TV or just go to a show just to visit, and all of a sudden you get that itch to be back in the ring. I've seen it personally happen to guys.
For any individual, it doesn't take much to see something and remember something and get a feeling and just go on it.
Or you go visit at a school, or you go visit.
But here's the thing, though. Like with Boom, like that man, we've seen him cut promos, we've seen him drop IG videos, everything. Like he's a straight shooter, and when he's focused on or he's got something in mind, like without a doubt, there's maybe a time 10 years from now where he gets back into the ring. I don't know. I'm kind of like caught off guard and really surprised, considering he is the catchweight champion. You know what I mean? Like that this is his final year of wrestling. Like it just really caught me off guard seeing that post the other day. It very well could just be a trick of, just a devious, like, or like what's that? A decoy post, you know what I mean? Where he's just like, hey, faked you all out, but he's retired 4 times.
And that's about 996 less times than Terry Funk or Ric Flair retired.
So then here's the question I have for 2027. If the Nuketown Dragon is retiring, who then will become the best technical wrestler in all of New Jersey?
Me.
Sam River.
You can't wrestle like me. We both have medical issues.
You do not get to tell me what I can or can't do, sir.
You're the one that told me.
All right, John Locke.
You can't handle the truth.
But yeah, no, that post definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting to open up Instagram to freaking he's not the best technical wrestler, Mike Hamilton Jr. To be fair, we don't see him do a lot of technical lock holds. We see him more as an impact wrestler. He's punching, he's dropping, he's kicking. He's a martial artist. Yeah, he's a brawler. Thank you, BJ. Like Jay George is not a submission hold lock like we've seen with Boom Harden. And I'm not throwing shade.
Alex gets more of an argument for a better technical wrestler.
Alex is way more. Yeah, he's definitely putting a lot more of those lock holds and like those submission locks.
Archives has a good point.
Ginge isn't paying attention, so he can't put
I got it.
I had already seen it.
That's great, but we didn't.
Yeah,
I'm on large screen.
So I was
I'm
waiting
on
to pop
large
it up.
screen.
And then BJ said something, so.
But no. Archives, good point. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 Vinny the Fixer matches, and I am impressed. But I don't know. I think Alex Rivera might have him beat. Jay George is a brawler.
Yeah.
But I mean, we knew Alex as a brawler. He's only recently become more technical with his offense.
You are right. You are correct.
You know what I mean? Because when he started out, man, he was all impact, all spear, punch, elbow, kick, But once he started doing that, chokehold, he's really stepped up his submission lock game. But yeah, I don't know who could compete with Boom. I mean, Twitch. Twitch would be an easy competitor. However, Twitch is from PA. So, get out of here.
Hey, well, you know what?
So Sammy.
Sammy, get out of here.
You know what? It sounds like to me that somebody in New Jersey has to step up and take the mantle.
Listen, Mikey G, you've already learned the aerial. You've already learned the mid combat. You know what I mean? Like the ring level. Now it's time to bring it down. You got to get all 3 tiers of wrestling. You know what I mean? Bring it down to that submission holds. Get them figure 4 leg locks and get those obscure. Have Boom treat you. Woo!
No, that says wow.
Well, I read it as woo!
But yeah,
Sammy, you don't do any submission locks.
No. He's just not from Jersey, so.
Oh, okay, that's right.
He's not the best technical wrestler in New Jersey.
But yeah, it was very much surprising. But at the same time, hey, he has to do what's best for him.
Stife is the best technical wrestler in New Jersey.
I love Stife, but I can't tell you a single submission lock I've seen him ever do.
Cassie, go to bed.
Cassie, it's past your bedtime.
You have 7 minutes, young lady.
It's a school night.
It is not a school night. It is the beginning of July.
I have
It's a
work
summer
tomorrow
school
and I
night.
work at a school, so it's a school night, and I'm on my 7th outlaw because it's like drinking water.
Okay, Cassie, you have 1 more hour.
You have until this show goes off the air. Then you gotta go to bed.
I'm just messing with you. You my dog.
That's right, they're traveling
Oh,
on the road again.
But yes, in the long run, this was a very fun show to do today. It's very rare we get to do something like this, just like our recap show we did on Friday, where it was fun getting to go back, look at certain things, have these discussions we typically don't have time to have. Which just means we somehow have to add more airtime to this channel because obviously we have deeper thoughts on stuff to talk about that sometimes we just can't get to. Otherwise, we're doing like a 10-hour show. And
doesn't everybody hate it when we put out more content?
I know, right? Like, who wants more of this?
Well, listen, it's like Skills said. It's like Skills said. We're pay-per-view guys, you know what I mean? So like, can't be here every single day of the week. We got to be peppered in.
No, but we could, but we have the ability to make sure something's going out every week, even if it's just a 20-minute video.
I just wanted to drop some Skills quip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We do our daily duties. But you know what I mean?
Pete the mid. Skills the great, Pete the mid.
The mid.
You come out in like Old Navy, like.
Oh man. So just so at that point, like I said, guys, this was a very fun show to do. I would love to.
He still got me on the coming out in Old Navy. Oh shit!
Archives wants another hour. What do you say, people? Another hour.
If we had a guest, then we could run another hour. But I feel like we've tackled the hybrid, Inception.
Well, it's funny you say that. Our next guest, BJ. How you doing, BJ?
BJ, how did you get started? One Hugo at a time.
Worst interview ever. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was BJ.
Welcome to DG and PP Talk Wrestling.
Anyway, welcome to DG Talks Wrestling. All right, all jokes aside, guys, that's probably true, but not for the reasons that she's saying.
No, he needs a Snickers bar. He's being a diva.
You're not like you when you're hungry.
Happy birthday, Archives.
Yes, Archives also. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Archives. And if it's applicable, hello, Danny.
Yes. Hello, Danny, and anybody else who's around you watching. But yeah.
And in words of Val Venus, hello, ladies.
Oh, you weren't here Friday. You could have definitely done.
Yeah,
that.
you could have had that on Friday, but not.
Oh.
I thought about it, but I was like, no, I'll be respectful.
Yeah, and also he's a giant. So I'm not afraid to say on the air, Val Venus is a giant idiot.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him backstage, so.
Sean Morley is a fucking moron.
Okay. Well then, goodbye, ladies.
And that had nothing to do with all the content.
No, not at all. It's just a name that's when it's brought up after. Just like if you were to bring up Dave Meltzer's name, I would be like, well, that giant tool.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, you could have said hello, lady.
I hope we were entertaining.
Yeah. Again, this was a lot of fun. Thank you to Amadeus. Thank you to Billboard Billy Gold. Thank you to Sam Reaper and Mother Endless for sending in a promo. Thank you to Skills the Great for coming on today.
Cassie, ask your dad.
There will be no show this Sunday because of opening day. Because unless BJ decides to do a show by himself, if he's not going, I'm not in charge of other people's schedules, just my own. And unfortunately, my attendance is required there.
I haven't thought about it.
Well, not unfortunately, because, I love pro wrestling. And I might have a full weekend of pro wrestling. So there could be a Saturday show that I could be going to.
Also, if you could go, let me know if there's another seat, because I would totally could go also. But I don't want to support this company.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's why it's 50-50.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that this weekend. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I do.
I just don't have the money.
But I do want to support my homies. So you know what I mean.
But yeah, most likely no show this Sunday. Maybe me and BJ will try to fit something in on an alternate day, or try to tape something just to go out Sunday.
Shut up, Sammy.
LaMarca?
Wait, WHU? What's WHU? Wait.
What?
What? Well, hit up.
Well.
Well. Listen, I'm Pete Woo. Listen, I'm Pete Woo, not wow. Not Wait Woo. I'm Pete Woo.
Well, for
you're representing a PWU/SPO fan right now.
For Speeto Pete Woo.
That's right.
And BJ, I am the Danger Ginger. Everybody be good to each other. And we
that was loud.
And we will see you next time for more BJ and DG Talk Wrestling.
What's good, fans? This is El Tirador, Alex Rivera, also known as the Latin Shooter, and you're watching BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. Check it out. Vaya!